spreads its valley filled with joy, our voices raise. From the skies in swelling echoes come the cheers that tell the tale of your victories and your heroes. Hail Purdue, we sing all hail. Hail, hail to old Purdue, all hail to our old gold and black. Hail, hail to old Purdue, our friendship may she never lack. Ever grateful, ever true, lest we raise our song anew. Of the days we spent with you, all hail our own Purdue. When in after years we're turning alma mater back to you, may our hearts with love be yearning for the scenes of old Purdue. Back among your pathways winding, let us seek what lies before. Fondest hopes and aims they're finding while we sing of days of yore. Hail, hail to old Purdue, all hail to our old gold and black. Hail, hail to old Purdue, our friendship may she never lack. Ever grateful, ever true, lest we raise our song anew. Of the days we spent with you, all hail our own Purdue. once more we rally alma mater, hear our praise. Where the Wabash spreads its valley filled with joy, our voices raise. From the skies in swelling echoes come the cheers that tell the tale of your victories and your heroes. Hail Purdue, we sing all hail. Hail, hail to old Purdue, all hail to our old gold and black. Hail, hail to old Purdue, our friendship may she never lack. Ever grateful, ever true, lest we raise our song anew. Of the days we spent with you, all hail our own Purdue. When in after years we're turning alma mater back to you, may our hearts with love be yearning for the scenes of old Purdue. Back among your pathways winding, let us seek what lies before. Fondest hopes and aims they're finding while we sing of days of yore. Hail, hail to old Purdue, all hail to our old gold and black. Hail, hail to old Purdue, our friendship may she never lack. Ever grateful, ever true, lest we raise our song anew. Of the days we spent with you, all hail our own Purdue.
Ready, go!
I'm Zach with Zach's Contraptions, coming to you live for the 2026 World Championship Rube Goldberg Machine Contest. This is it, folks. These are the best machines from around the world. We've narrowed it down from over 100,000 students at the start of our season, culminating down to these 28 teams that were selected to compete here at the World Championship. We, of course, need to thank our sponsors in all of this, the Rube Goldberg Institute, for making all of this possible. Myself, again, I'm Zach from Zach's Contraptions, Purdue University, Wonderland, Korea. All these amazing sponsors make this possible. Be sure you support all of us. Make sure that you help us, because this contest is almost done completely by volunteers. So if you feel like giving us a little bit of a donation or help, don't be shy. RubeGoldberg.org, right there at the bottom. Now, these teams have all earned the right to be here. They've competed in regionals, nationals, and they have pulled off some incredible feats with their beautiful contraptions, their wild complexity, and not to mention what this contest is all about, they have problem solved. They spend weeks, months, if not even almost a full year trying to build these machines. These contraptions, they're going to be incredible. They're going to be amazing. Stay tuned. We're going to do this in order of division. Elementary first, then middle school, high school, followed by the adult division. We're going to watch each team's presentation, followed by run number 1, and then we're going to give them their 15 minutes to reset their contraptions. But we're not going to watch the reset. We're going to watch the next team in that process. So we'll go from team 1, team 2, team 3, so on and so forth. At the end of that, we're going to go right back around to the first team and watch them again to see their second run, and most importantly, to see if they improve, to see if they problem solve, if they fix their issues. Again, what this whole contest is all about. I hope you're all excited. We have an amazing group of elementary teams here. Let's just get to it. Let's check it out. Join us again for the Rube Goldberg Machine World Championship.
Parents, come here. Let's go on an adventure to find the presents. Let me introduce the crew. Donna, Timon, Will, Minju, Ahin. Parents. Oh, the prisoner's running away. What should they do?
Oh, I have some smart friends. Let's push the picture to move the charger over there.
Okay.
Be careful. Also, there is a very hot rope, so we need to be careful about too. Then let's go. We finally came to
to the treasure island. There are some dangerous traps here. Let's avoid it.
I think it is ready to find our treasure in full swing. Let's go!
And the Quirky Pirates begin their run number 1 using a really nifty air gun to cause a Tower of Cups to collapse. That allows the ship wheel to spin. Lunchbox travels down. We're now into a tetherball section that's got to knock a ball down through a series of tubes. Entering into a Ferris wheel. Now it does look like a ball got stuck, so we have to use our first intervention. That activates a switch, starting a motor. We're now into a parrot zip line. That's got to knock the next ball down. Ball's going to travel back. That flips a switch. This is actually a thermal step. That had to melt, causing a weight to drop. That big sheet goes down, starts the fan. Pirate ship goes across. Another zipline effect connecting to the other side of their machine. Looks like we have another intervention over there as we're getting closer to the finale with the pirate chest. A couple more ball run elements as another section has to drop down. We're into our third intervention. And Team Quirky Pirates has completed their first run with 3 human interventions. A very strong start to the elementary division with a machine that has 51 steps. We'll be back with them in just a little bit.
Over there, something flying our way. It's an invitation. It says we're invited to a birthday party. Who is for and who sent this? Hey, Tiny Tinker's friend, why don't we go on an adventure to find out? Yeah, let's go! Everyone, hop in our Avenger! Start now! Here we go! Oh no, there is a river. How are we going to get across? Don't worry, we can transform our car into a boat. Suddenly, we are riding a Ferris wheel. Where is our adventure taking us next? Look, we're almost at the party. Ah, what was that? Shall we pull this rope? Wow, a birthday cake. This party is to celebrate the birth of Team Tiny Tinkers. We are cheering for your amazing passion for Rube Goldberg Machine. Wow, so this party was for us all along. Well, that's true. We get this party started. Yeah!
Gotta love a team with a lot of enthusiasm as Team Tiny Tinkerers starts their first run. They're opening up a piñata which drops marbles down a chute. Goes to the back half of the machine, another marble chute. That activates this spinning prize wheel. And in this shopping cart, it does appear that they forgot to load in their little race car. So that does count as one intervention where that car needs to pop that confetti balloon. Confetti balloon moves into their finale where there's a series of box dominoes. Giant pulley lifts up, reveals that inside of their box was a delicious cake. And you can't blame them from swarming around and wanting to take that piece. Team Tiny Tinkerers completed their first run with 1 intervention.
Archaeology is a mysteryology. I want to sleep.
Want to learn archaeology? Real archaeology is in the field. Come with me, and you'll earn an S.
What in the world is an S?
Far above A++.
And so the quest for the secret box began. Open sesame! The tombstone will lead us the way. Abracadabra! Magic words don't work. Wait, not words! Wand! A magic wand! I knew it! Wands always work.
Ready, set, go!
And who doesn't love an Indiana Jones theme? They have their volunteer activating the magic wand that has to knock over the ancient tablet. That's going to cause the plane to travel down a zip line. That's going to flip a switch into a fan, which needs to blow a boat across water. Activates a ball, which is going to drop into the thrower. Nice little time delay step. Ball is going to travel across, knocking over the bad guy. That's not an intervention off on the side. He's just turning off one of the motors. Ball chases Indy down. There's a hairdryer which actually has to melt through a little piece of plastic, continuing the track. Ball enters a styrofoam ball, and that dumps a chemical solution, melting the bowl. Ball travels along. Remote control car drives across, flips a switch, activates an umbrella to swing down. That does then open their box and reveal the mystery inside. So Team BRT has completed their first run with no interventions. A perfect run.
Hello, we are Thinkers! My name is Ethan Kang.
Joanie.
Brendan Joe. Our theme is about space exploration. Today we're looking for a space treasure. We might even get a glimpse of something new. Now we're on a rocket. But wait. While exploring space, what types of energies would we use and what hard parts would we have? Are you excited?
Yes!
But wait, a meteorite pushed the launch button. Oh well, here goes. Hold on tight.
Now we're in space. If we want to go to in space, there are many dangers like sneaky meteorites and little black holes and obstacles everywhere. To get to, we have to never give up. We need a brave heart and a strong mind and perfect aim. A Goldberg machine, a small thing leads to a bigger one. The rocket is the skateboard. It rolls forward to the rope. Boom! We can do rocks. Even when someone knocks us over, we keep trying and trying and trying and reach a new planet. We try, we miss, we fail. That's how we find the right way. Look, we arrived at the destiny planet. You see that mystery box? There's a mystery that aliens made 1,000 years ago. So now here, come follow me.
A trio of intrepid explorers, the Team Thinkers. They're utilizing parts of their house as the machine. A phenomenal job. Their volunteer needs to kick a ball, which flips on the switch for their ceiling fan. Ceiling fan does have to activate, pulling out a pin. That's going to release a tetherball step, knocking down the toilet paper tower. That's going to release a ball into a roller skate. Roller skate's got to make a skateboard drop across. That's going to then cause something to fall, activating the fan. That oscillation knocks down the football through a pulley and does open their box in their first run with no interventions. A perfect run for Team Thinkers.
One night after a pajama party, we felt fast asleep, but suddenly a turtle woke us up. Please come and celebrate the deep sea Olympics with me. Yes, let's go all together. Everyone, hop on my back. Sarah, turn on the faucet. We'll follow the water, go through the drain, and travel along the river. Then our shark friend will lead us to the ocean. After that, we'll ride the rainbow ship to the deep sea. Ready? Hold on tight. With the shark's help, we arrived at the rainbow ship in the Atlantic Ocean. We climbed aboard and got ready to sail. But suddenly, a fishing net into the ship fell over to our ship. We were very surprised. The ship could not sail anymore, so the escape thing managed a submarine to travel deep under the sea. We switched to the submarine and tried to escape. The water was moving too fast that the submarine spun around and around. We felt very dizzy, but thankfully we stayed safe. But the trouble was not over yet. Ocean trash was blocking our way. But then something hit the trash and cleared it away. It was a huge octopus like. Then Poseidon. Ha! ha! Who invited us? Welcomed us warmly. With the help of the octopus and Poseidon, we safely arrived at the Deep Sea Olympic Stadium. When we arrived, a huge banner welcomed us in many different languages. 안녕하세요. Hello. 하지마 마시대. Then our cute jellyfish friend made a wonderful dive to announce the start of the Deep Sea Olympics. All the sea animals joined the opening. When the shiny trophy began to move, we all watched with excited hearts. At the end of the trophy's path, there was a mysterious box. Slowly, the box began to open. Inside the box, there was a clean earth that we all lived on. Even deep in the sea, the orange can only happen if we protect the environment. We must all look and protect the environment.
Team Peekaboo Gogglers, a well-dressed team at that, a very artistic machine, and a machine with a great message. Their volunteer is starting it off by turning a faucet handle. Water fills, that's causing the earth to rise. It's going to release a sea turtle into the shark boat. Net has to fling forward, and it does look like part of the machine gets stuck, so an intervention is needed to make it continue. We have the squid, which needs to drop the balls into the net. That caused the arms to drop. That sign's going to lift forward. That box falls. A second intervention is needed, as that was supposed to flip a switch, activating this mini conveyor belt. As that drives forward, an inclined plane's created as that trophy knocks into another switch, activating the inflator, and they do open the box by inflating the earth and promoting a clean earth at that. So Team Peekaboo Gogglers has completed their first run with 2 human interventions.
Hello, my name is William.
And my name is Cole.
Our team name is Rolling Science. So basically our theme is that we were playing the board game Blue Marble in our friend's house. And then we got sucked into the board game. As you can see, we start in Korea. And then we go to
Egypt. And so basically we need to go for all the traps in Egypt and use heat energy to go to Chile.
we have Italy. And after Italy comes the States. In the States, the Statue of Liberty kindly greets us by springing up. It springs up using an electromagnet. After that, we move on to Spain. And in Spain, we find one of the many magical keys that can help us to open the portal. Now we finally come back to Korea.
And we open the curtain
To reveal the box. And now we can finally open the box. And here is the last magical
Team Rolling Science reminding everybody that I am watching you, and I am watching them begin their first run by the volunteer throwing a dice. The dice has to cause a person to come out of the temple. Temple then moves forward. As they're going around the world, they now move into Egypt. From there, they do have 1 intervention. There's a hairdryer element where that bottle needs to inflate via the heat, causing a balloon to lift up. That balloon lifting up then releases the little lint roller that's going to travel down a zip line. Again, going from different elements of the world takes a little bit of time, but there we go. Seems as though we got stuck again. There was supposed to be a broom that drops forward. Broom needs to drop. Drops onto the string. We're over into Italy. 3rd intervention. Ball continues around. That's going to cause this pizza to spin. That's going to activate the Statue of Liberty to stand on up. Ball travels down the expanding glass panels. Ball's going to keep moving back and forth, back and forth. Oh, and one of those balls did eventually miss, so we have to have our 4th intervention. Ball activates the pinwheel, and living up to their name, Rolling Science, the car needs to roll along, drops the final ball. That curtain should have opened up, but didn't. However, not an intervention because the box behind it did technically open. So Team Rolling Science completes their first run with 4 human interventions going around the world. And let's be honest, who here has not had a travel snafu before?
Step right up. Welcome to the park in the dark. Step right up. Step right up. Try your luck to win or die.
Play the game, open the box, it will quite literally knock off your socks. Go for a swing and win some blank.
Come get some sweets or enjoy the beats. Ride the drop tower or test your power. This is the park in the dark.
I don't want wanna be here. I wanna play overpriced video games.
Give me your phone right now, Charlie Smith. You're gonna suffer but be happy about it.
Wow, this machine looks amazing. All you have to do is open that box and you get a prize. Ooh, I wanna play. Hey, let's be happy over here. We're giving out tickets to find a volunteer to play our game. Tickets.
Separate up, test your strength.
And hopefully it works. Who has number 67?
Only the golden ticket can start the machine.
Who has number 67? There's the golden ticket. Step right up and help us start the game.
Hit right there to start the nuclear sequence.
Welcome to the Park of the Dark.
I missed.
That's all right.
Team Park in the Dark, bringing us a 28-step machine, starting with the classic carnival game, the hammer test, or your strength test, hitting the beginning element with the mallet. That's got to cause the ball to roll, activates the fan. Fan is then spinning these cups around. That air's getting caught in these cups, winding a string. That's going to release the wedge there on the back wall. It's got to drop into the bucket. Zip line comes down into their midnight ride at the beginning. From there, the death drop tower goes up, and off on the left side, we can see that the box did open, and Team Park in the Dark completes their first run with no human interventions.
We are part of the LVCM Steam Squad. Now let's go, boys.
Help! Lemonade's gone! This is 4 times a week!
What?
Lemonade's gone!
What?
Lemonade is gone!
Okay, I'll help you find her.
But how?
Well, what now?
A machine! We can use cameras to lure her after you became! Can I open her too? You've had enough, you old geezer! No, I haven't. Yeah!
He's not hiding.
Fine!
The volunteer takes their place for Team LVCM's Steam Squad Junior by pressing a button that activates the motor that needs to pull a wedge out, releasing the ball to go down that back path. Ball's traveling around is going to release a zip line into the front. The carrot needs to drop into the bucket, but it does look like we need an intervention to begin. Bucket needs to release. That's going to be activating a chemical step up front where that cup needs to dissolve, and a hydraulic step. From there, that needs to flip a switch on for the fan. Supposed to blow the boat across the water, but again, it needs a little bit of help. Boat travels across the machine. Nice weeble wobble step. From there, a tetherball element. Continuing into the finale where a bucket of water needs to tip over. That bucket or bottle needs to activate the final step, where as the water tips over, all that water breaks a piece of paper that causes a weight to drop. And in this case, the box, if it opens a millimeter, we give it to them. And so Team LVCM has completed their first run with 4 interventions.
Fan! Sea! Sky! A whirlpool causes Shoki to dive down to the bottom of the ocean, scaring the other sea animals. The waves pushes the boat into the sea. Then our beach ball rolls down our sand dunes, which knocks our umbrellas. And the sunflower knocks down where the bees dive down, and a surprise comes out of the sky. Was that good?
Yes, that was indeed good. Now, their volunteer starts the machine off by entering a whirlpool. That needs to pull a string, causing the binder to open. That allows the shark to drop down into the bowl. The boat's got to release the beach ball. We do have 1 intervention as the sunflower failed to drop, but the bucket falling does pull the balloon. And again, as with the last team, as long as that box opens even a little bit, we do count it. So Team Land, Sea, and Sky does complete their first run with only 1 intervention, revealing that rainbow there at the end.
Hi, we're the Wildcat Zoologists from the Wildcat Micro School in New Hampshire. 3.
This is our feeder machine.
3, 2, 1. It's a zoo out there!
The animals are hungry and we need to open the box of food.
Let's do it!
Pedal the bike, which moves the brush, which turns on the power, which makes the ball roll down the screw, which turns on the power switch.
The air will erode the sand away, making the ball roll down the inclined plane. The rock will hit the lever that will knock the bubbles over.
The bubbles will hit the RC switch that will turn on the car that will pull the pulley. The pulley will pull the line drums to the safari car.
The skateboard will roll down the inclined plane.
The mini skateboard will catapult off the big skateboard and hit the box of food and open the box.
Let's feed those animals out there! Now presenting the feeder machine.
The Wildcat Zoologist, using a volunteer to pedal a bicycle, needs to remove a wedge, causing the ball to drop down, hits a block, activating a surge protector. Should have turned on, but we can see the lights actually flickered there. That was supposed to turn on a hairdryer, which would begin an erosional step. There's a bunch of sand blocking that soccer ball. Does need a nudge to get it going. Ball's going to continue down. Should have dropped on a little seesaw, but unfortunately that missed in that case. Team member needs to come along. That's going to remove that car. Car should pull down on that fire truck here in a second. As it does, that should have removed a wedge on the skateboard, but that too gets stuck, unfortunately. Skateboard needs to roll down the inclined plane and drop into the box, and unfortunately, the skateboard does miss the box. And in this case, because the box didn't move at all, we did have to count that last little piece as an intervention. So Team Wildcat Zoologist does complete their first run with 5 interventions. That's the end of run number 1 here at the Rube Goldberg World Championship, the elementary division. Remembering that these are kindergarten through 5th graders, and the fact that any of them get a perfect run at all is unbelievable. Now, a lot of machines had problems too, and that's perfectly all right. The name of the game is problem solving. If these teams can solve their issues between run 1 and run 2, then guess what? That's what this is all about. I love a first run that goes well, but I love even more seeing teams solve their issues. Let's get back with the Quirky Pirates and see how they're doing.
Finish.
Wonderful. Excellent job, Team Quirky Pirates. I love seeing the hot glue gun come out. I love seeing that. It's very clear that you found the places where there were issues and you were trying to solve them. So well done. Team Quirky Pirates, you may begin run number 2 whenever you are ready.
Okay.
Using the air gun, you're going to knock down the tower whenever you're ready. Go for it. Go for it. That's perfect. That knocks it down. Ship wheel has to cause the lunchbox to go, which does need its first intervention. The volunteer did accidentally set off the machine. The zip line with the parrot is continuing on. Now that's all right. It only skipped a few steps here. We're moving back into the thermal step. That's got to melt. That's going to cause the bucket to drop. We're still back into the map fall. Map fall causes the boat to travel forward via the fan. Another zip line crossing back into the other section. It does look as though they've solved quite a number of their issues. And we've only had, well, kind of one skip step. That's not a big issue. Now, of course, we do need one intervention here at the end. Not a big deal. And there you have it. Team Quirky Pirates has completed their second run with only 2 human interventions. Definitely problem solving there. Now, I do think your foot knocked the machine accidentally, didn't it? Yeah, I thought so. It's still an incredible machine. It's amazing for elementary with that amount of steps, with that many energy transfers. The only one you're missing is chemical. And I think you guys should be incredibly proud of yourselves.
Bye, Zach.
Bye. Bye, guys. Back with Team Tiny Tinkerers, who only tinkered away for maybe 2 or 3 minutes resetting their contraption. That's phenomenal that they were able to reset everything. Well, almost everything, the box there. But they were able to reset everything on their own in just a short amount of time. That shows me excellent teamwork right there and a well-built contraption. But, Team Tiny Tinkerers, did you make sure that you put the car in the spot?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Team Tiny Tinkerers, you may begin whenever you're ready. Starting off, that's opening a pinata, which sends a marble down, goes over, opens a box, continues over to the other side. We're going to get that big confetti blast, and hopefully the box opens on its own. That's all right. What I love, though, is that Team Tiny Tinkerers has completed their second run with one intervention, but it's a different intervention. That means that they solved their earlier easy problem. But you know what? One little thing, Rube Goldberg machines are not meant to be perfect. Ultimately, what an awesome machine. I love the theme. I love the confetti. I feel bad for your parent who has to clean it up. But awesome job. Really, really great machine. How long did you spend, how long did you work on it? How long did it take?
2 months.
About 2 months? That sounds about right with a Rube Goldberg machine. You're done. Congratulations, guys. Well done. Back with Team BRT, whereby they had a nice reset. And, of course, coming off of a perfect run, hopefully you didn't change anything. Did you do anything different, or did you, fingers crossed, keep it the same?
We didn't do anything. Yes, exact.
You guys feel confident? You're ready for your second run?
Yes.
All right, Team BRT, you may begin your second and final run whenever you are ready. Drops down, that causes the airplane to go. That flips the switch. Fan starts, that allows the boat to go. Ball then needs to drop. Ball goes into the launcher. Launcher drops as he's just turning off the fan there so it doesn't overheat. Ball's going to drop, causes the sign to fall. We have the ball rolling back and forth. Here we have a hair dryer where this is a thermal step. It's actually melting a small piece, allowing the track to continue. Goes into a pulley system, which dumps. This is a chemical step and erosional. Box open, car drives forward, umbrella goes, and Team BRT, with that plethora of energy transfers, completed their second run in a very creative, very perfect way.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're back already with Team Thinkers, who had an amazingly fast reset. They were working wonderfully together. How long did you guys spend working on your contraption, by the way?
More than a month, I think.
Let's see all of your hard work pay off. Whenever you're ready, begin your second run.
Okay.
All right, ball needs to start. That starts the ceiling fan. The ceiling fan needs to activate, and that pulls a string. That releases a pin, which is holding back a tether ball. There it goes. Knocks over the ball into the book. Skateboard's got to roll. Fan activates. Fan, as it rotates, has to hit the football. And as it oscillates, it swings. There's a little attachment on the back. As the football drops, exactly as they said, it goes through that pulley. Knock it down. Go, go, go. And there we have it. Team Thinkers has completed their second run perfectly again. Is there anything else you guys want to add?
I think we could roll the ball with other things, but we had no time to do that, so.
They're thinking about what else they could add, how they could start the machine in even longer ways. Clearly, you guys understand the spirit of Rube Goldberg. So truly excellent job, Team Thinkers. Well done. We're back with Team Peekaboo Gogglers, which after their reset, it looks like you guys worked really well together. It was wonderful watching you work as a team trying to solve the issues. Do you think that you've solved the two issues, the two interventions you had? Do you think you found the issues?
Yeah. I think so.
Well then, Team Peekaboo Gogglers, you may begin your second and final run whenever you're ready. I love the checks all throughout. The volunteer begins their machine. They're starting it. That causes the one animal to fall. Oh, we got an intervention early on. That's okay. With the lovely net, I found that to be phenomenal. Second intervention there. That's all right. Continuing on, huge, massive steps right here. Absolutely. 3. You're into 4, though. That rises up, drops down. They did fix that problem. Oh, it kind of was wrong. Oh, no. But with it, 5, go. And I think this is one of my favorite ways to solve the task, whereby they have this inflation that actually opens the box. You know what? It doesn't matter that it doesn't work perfectly. A phenomenal message. You can clearly see that you told a story from start to finish. You guys did an amazing job. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. We're back with Team Rolling Science, whereby you guys had a nice long reset period. What did you do differently? How did you solve the problems that you had before?
And you made sure that everything goes through smoothly. I believe that we fixed everything, right?
Team Rolling Science, you may begin your second and final run whenever you are ready. Team Rolling Science starts by throwing the dice. Dice then drops down, causing the earth to spin around. This time the pyramid did release and the ball worked, so that intervention was fixed. Now the hair dryer has to heat the water bottle. Inside of that, the balloon lifts up, goes much faster. That drops down the zip line. So far, so good. The string was hit by the star this time. 2 interventions have been fixed. Pizza swings around as we're in the US. Rolls around. So far, amazing run. Ball drops down through the plexiglass. Continuing on, ball needs to then travel through, swings, Rolling Science living up to its name. This is where we had our third intervention, and it did get stuck again, so we do need our first intervention for the second run. That's all right. Continuing on into the pinwheel, rolling along, and if this drops down, then this should open the box. Look at that, and amazing. Team Rolling Science has completed their second run with only 1 human intervention. That's problem solving at its finest, where the first run, a lot of issues. The second run, only 1. What a phenomenal job. Thank you guys so very much.
Thank you, Mr. Zach.
We're back with Team Park in the Dark, whereby on their first run, they had a perfect run. And I'll also note that they had a really efficient reset. You may begin whenever you are ready. So he starts off with the hammer, causes the bell to rise, goes around, the fan is spinning, which has to catch the cups into their lovely Ferris wheel element. Drop the ball into the basket, that's got to go up. Ball travels down into the roller coaster, goes up, and the box technically, I will say this, the box is technically open, even if it's a millimeter. And with a 28-step machine with a ton of different energy transfers, Team Park in the Dark has completed their second run with no interventions, leaving us with 2 perfect runs. Congratulations, team. Back with LVCM's Steam Squad Junior, where they've reset their machine, and it seems as though you guys have been problem solving. I was watching you guys. It looked like you tried to fix all of the issues. Volunteer Bunny, you may begin your second run whenever you're ready. Rabbit goes, grabs the carrot, that causes that to run off. Winds the string, winding the string, drops an object down into the box. Ball's got to travel down, zip line forward. Hopefully the carrot goes into the basket.
Not gonna rip us. It's not gonna just.
That's right. 1 intervention. Needs to drop the water down. It's an erosional step where that's got to, or excuse me, a pulley step where, or no, it is erosional, excuse me, where that causes that to collapse down. Needed to flip on the switch. Switch then starts the fan, which blows the boat across the water.
Come on, boat.
Go, little boat, go. You've got plenty of time. All right, travels down. Oh, that's a cool step. The little weeble wobble going down. Tetherball effect. Needs to knock into the little post. That's all right. Traveling down. Water does pour this time. The box is technically open at this point. So the box is open. Just go ahead and finish it and open it all the way. LVCM's Steam Squad Junior has completed their second run with 4 interventions again. You have a very complicated contraption with a lot of unique energy transfers. Excellent job, team. Well done. This is Team Land, Sea, and Sky, who happen to be our youngest team in the entire contest. It's a team made up of 3 kindergartners. How long have you been working on your contraption?
Since February.
How many times has your contraption worked since February?
1 or 2.
Do you guys feel ready? Do you think that you solved your problems with those books in the back?
Yes.
Yes.
Team Lancey and Sky, you may begin your second run whenever you are ready. So it looks as though the volunteer sits in a whirlpool. That's got to pull a string, opens the binder, allowing the shark to drop down into the little paint roller thing. Ball drops, dominoes go, sunflower drops. That then causes the basket to go, the balloon lifted. And you know what? That box did absolutely open up. Land, can you pull it completely out of the way? But Team Lancey and Sky did complete their second run with no interventions. That is a perfect second run. And the volunteer just absolutely wants to stay playing in the whirlpool. Well done. Congratulations, team.
Thank you.
Back with Team Wildcat Zoologist, an amazing reset. Lots of teamwork. I even noted that there was one team member who was kind of getting ready to knock into something, and another one ran over to get their back. 5 problems in their first run. Do you guys think you might have solved your issues?
Yeah, we think we got all of them, but we're not sure.
That's all right. Team Wildcat Zoologist, you may begin run number 2 whenever you're ready. So in their contraption, their volunteer starts the machine with a bicycle. That bicycle wheel needs to spin. As it spins, it releases a wedge. So you can go ahead. That releases a ball. Ball travels down into the thrower. It drops down, flips a switch. The switch then activates a hairdryer. The hairdryer then needs to cause the sand to move out of the way, allowing the ball to go down. We had one intervention where the switch didn't flip in that case.
Yeah.
That's all right. So again, a little too much sand there, but go ahead and knock it. So second intervention. Ball continues down, releases the wedge. Skateboard wedge is released. Team Wildcat Zoologists completed their second run with only 2 interventions. It's a great machine. I love all the everyday objects. It's big. It uses all of these wonderful energy transfers. This is a perfect example of what teams should be doing in this contest.
Thank you.
That concludes the elementary division of the 2026 Rube Goldberg World Championship. And impressive all around. So many perfect runs from nearly every team. That's unheard of. That's phenomenal. And that's why they all belong here at the World Championship. Now we're going to be moving into the middle school division. We're going to see teams from 6th grade through 8th grade compete with their really spectacular contraptions that I think you're all going to be impressed by.
Welcome to our wizarding world. Want to join our magical academy?
Are you kidding? Yes! Can I get a tour?
Of course! You can take our magical train there. Or if you oversleep, just steal a flight car. But watch out for the highly aggressive trees.
Good to know. So what subjects you actually take? Like normal math?
Oh no, stubs and sharks. But seriously, pay attention in that one. Last week a kid sneezed and he just melted away.
Wait, what?
Potions is way better. Last week we brewed a secret potion to turn our professor into a bullfrog. Best Tuesday ever.
Yeah, potions is very fun. I have a friend. He brewed an aging potion so good that he got a beard to grow from his chin to his toes.
That sounds terrifying. So what fun things do you do around here?
We have wizard chess. It's exactly like regular chess, but with 100% more screaming and flying debris.
I tried wizard chess, but the pieces had more attitude and less strategy. There's also Quidditch in the Tri-Wizard tournament.
That's cool. I'm sold.
Just be careful of one thing. The owls will download on you, and trust me, it's not a software update.
Gross. So how do I apply?
You don't apply. You have to be chosen. Come sit in that chair and we'll see what mail the owl delivers.
Okay.
An incredibly whimsical machine to start off the middle school division. Now, they do have a volunteer to start their contraption. They're using a telephone. The telephone string actually releases that little zip line that goes down into that chess piece. The chess piece has to swing down. Car drives forward. That releases the magic potion, or at least it should have, except the slinky got a little stuck there. But that magic potion has to fill that bowl. When it does, that lifts the blockade, allowing the next step to occur. There's a nice little pause. Good time delay. There goes the Hogwarts Express, dropping down the sorting hat. The wheel has to drop down. That's activating a mixer at the bottom, and that's winding a string. Winding a string then has to get tight, pulls open the door to the mailbox, and I do believe there is a Hogwarts acceptance letter waiting for the team if it does indeed open. And it does. Team Innovative Inventors completes their first run with only one human intervention. And a nice surprise at the end, too.
The dawn of civilization and finding energy. Lightning and light once scared us because we didn't know where they come from, but soon they became our greatest tools. Plastic rods and cans. These represent the very first time humans learned how to control electricity.
Inventing tools and building industry. Humanity built the foundation of civilization by inventing the wheel and the steam engine. We started dreaming of going higher and further. Archimedes' spiral lift. This turns round and round motion into a bend-down motion to beat gravity. It is the base of all modern power. Spirals and zigzag slopes. They symbolize how we learn to fix paths and control speed to make our world better.
Growing wisdom and the science revolution. As we learn to use the wind and print books to share ideas, a science revolution began. Now we can even calculate the path to space. As humans learn to fly, we entered a brand new area. Ping pong logic tray. This tray waits until the exact number of balls are collected before moving. It represents the brain of computer that allows us to think logically.
Remote control to the unknown. Humans once looked at the sky through telescopes. Now we use technology as precise as a thin string to control spaceships that are very far away. Transforming rain and string trigger. The way the fast open adjusts the light time represents the high-tech control needed for spaceships. Aqua's slow zone. The marble moves slowly here, just like an astronaut floating quietly through the silence of deep space.
Large tape rolls. The marble makes big circle like a planet in orbit walking up a giant force. Rubber band rocket. When the last trigger is pulled, the box finally opens, and a spaceship carrying our dreams flies out into the sky.
Team TTL starting off their contraption in an incredibly unique way. That static electricity on that PVC pipe dragging the aluminum can needs to knock that block down, pulling a string to activate the right side of the machine. Over here we have a series of ball run style steps going down a screw, up an Archimedes screw. That's going to go into the reverse gravity step, i.e. balls have to hit a series of levers to allow the balls to travel uphill. Ball needs to hit the next zip line, but we do have a few interventions here on the right side. Ball is going to activate the zip line, completing the machine to the other. Marble needs to travel down from the top down to the side. With marbles, it is always a little tricky to see them because they are so small. One other issue with the marbles, as you can see, is that being small, they don't have a lot of weight, a lot of mass, and marbles really don't give you that kinetic or potential energy, especially when combining them with dominoes, unfortunately. So that's why we do have quite a series of interventions here by Team TTL for their very first run. They need an intervention. This is going to be an escalator step, which brings the ball around. Ball goes down the xylophone into a nice little tetherball step. Tetherball swings around, knocking the ball, but it did knock the ball off the table, unfortunately. Ball then activates the tape measures, that goes, and finally we do have their final step, a rocket that shoots off, and Team TTL does complete their first run with 6 human interventions as well as 3 missteps due to those touches.
Welcome everyone, we are Team The Tiny Bean Gang from Chadwick International.
Today, we invite you to the Once Upon a Machine.
Our machine takes you through a world of fairy tales where every action triggers the next in a chain of creativity, engineering, and a little bit of magic.
From Cinderella's glass slipper to Snow White's poison apple, each story plays a role in completing our final task, opening the box.
We hope you enjoyed the adventure as much as we enjoyed building it. And now,
once upon a time, the machine begins.
Tiny Bean Gang, you're bringing us a fairy tale theme, of course starting it with opening a book. That's going to drop the pumpkin in Cinderella section. Marble's going to travel back and forth, bringing us over to Rapunzel here in a second. Does look like we're going to need an intervention as the marble rolls away. That's all right, though. Rapunzel and her long hair, that'll then release Little Red Riding Hood's basket, acting as a zip line here in a moment. That goes over to Aladdin, where there's a magic carpet that needs to quite literally fly across. Over to the Three Little Pigs, Snow White in the finale, and the box does open up with 3 human interventions for their first run for Team Tiny Bean Gang. My favorite named team in the whole contest, I must add.
Hello, welcome to Jeju Island. Today we'll tour famous landmarks in Jeju Island while making them known to the world through our Rube Goldberg machine.
First, our journey started at Jeju International Airport, which are mechanical toy airplane travel using mechanical forces. After that, a tangerine rolls and falls onto Jusangjali, a famous cliff known to the Jeju community. On to Jeju Ole Trail, where Jeju ponies roam freely up under Tangerine Waterfall, which is also a famous landmark in Jeju Island.
And we move on to the eastern side of Jeju. Here across all the beach with beautiful sunsets.
Our next destination is Hongsan Uchubong, leading to Sage Beach, which is also a popular tourist attraction. Finally, we have Hala Mountain, which is a mountain that mainly signifies Jeju Island. Our tour has already come to an end, and we have a gift for you, which is a box filled to the brim with Jeju's most delicious tangerines. Thank you.
Miners from Southernmost, or MFS as we're going to call them from here, starts it off really creative way with that plane that swings across. Ball has to knock the marble down the tracks. We needed a balloon to pop right here, and unfortunately does require an intervention in order to cause that to happen. Ooh, a second intervention. Car then goes, pops the balloon, drops down into the domino sequence. We're carrying over, and we're going all through Jeju Island of South Korea. Now, again, couple issues here as the marbles, again, noting that they are smaller objects. Marbles, as they tend to roll, well, they can cause teams quite a number of issues, as we are seeing that a lot more here in the middle school divisions. But when it's done properly, it does look really cool. And what I love about MFS is that they've got these beautifully decorated scenes. And in fact, what looks like a pinball set. Again, another anti-gravity here, where you have it balls going up and down past the lever into the finale, where we do indeed reveal those nice Jeju Island tangerines. And so Team MFS completes their first run with 5 human interventions to begin, and the plane still spinning in the background.
Today I present to you the Peepinator. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you one of the craziest things you ever did view. These peeps aren't mere buddies. Today they're the star of the show, from which people have come from near and from far.
One lucky peep will set up the locks that will ultimately result in the opening of this box. Some peeps will push while some will pull. Some will fly high and make sure baskets are full.
We use levers, planes, pulleys, and wheels to bring you all of your Goldberg feels. We used our brains, glue, time, and wood to make opening this box more complex than it should.
Instead of lifting the lid off the box with our hand, we built this crazy contraption. We hope you'll understand.
So prepare yourself now as we show 3 action.
3, 2, 1, let the peeps leap into action.
Here comes the Peepinators with their 33-step, very clearly themed machine. The volunteer has to select the correct peep in order to begin the machine. That lifts up, zip line at the top, releases the ball through the screw. Ball's traveling down through a series of ball run style steps. Another one of these anti-gravity steps, bringing the levers up, very popular in the middle school division this year. There's a hammer that needed to reveal and open the box, but it does seem as though they need 1 intervention in order to make it go. But it does look like Team Peepinator has completed their first run with only 1 intervention, or should I say, they were a hair away from perfection.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a belle and a confidant.
Ladies, you wouldn't believe what happened at Rose's childhood dairy farm in St. Olaf, Minnesota.
It was very strange. Something weird always happens when you two are left alone.
That's a fact for sure. Well, anyways, it was a long day, so I went to go take a shower.
And that's when the crazy things started happening.
I was singing "Thank You for Being a Friend" and other soft rock songs, when all of a sudden I heard Rose and her family yelling.
Well, that's new.
Rose never yells. Well, except for that one time. Picture it. Sicily.
Not now, Ma.
Anyways, Rose was hooting and hollering, "The animals are in the house," over and over again.
They loved Blanche singing so much that I barged right into the bathroom to hear her better.
And they brought in a chicken's nest and got little eggs all over my makeup box and opened it.
I don't believe that. Chickens would never carry their eggs to hear Blanche's singing. You're the worst singer ever.
How do you know that?
I'm a clairvoyant, Rose.
You're so lucky I got into a poor mistake.
I think you guys are lying. Don't you think so, Dorothy?
I mean, it's Blanche. I don't believe a word that comes out of her mouth.
Nobody believes me when I'm telling the truth. I guess it's just the curse of being a devastatingly beautiful woman.
Thank you for being a friend.
What happens in the bathroom stays in their bathroom. That shower curtain has to start off the machine where that is filling a water bucket off on the right. That's going to lift the lever. Ball goes down, bucket goes up, ball goes to the front of the machine. That's got to activate the fan. The fan's going to be starting. That fan is then going to pull that bucket of baking soda into the toilet, but it does need an intervention. Chemical reaction breaks that toilet paper. It's a beautiful time delay step here where you can see the chemical reaction happening in the front. That fills a box, which pulls a string, which is connected to the balloon, which has to touch a hot glue gun. When that pops, that then allows that lever to drop. Car drives down. That lifts the cover off of that rotating fan. And as that fan cover is released, well, we can see that makeup box in the front, well, it then causes it to open, and Team Golden Girls, the next gen, have completed their first run with only one human intervention with the machine that has a total of 37 steps.
Hi, my name is Kiara, and I am Avery, and we are Team Birdie Go Bye Bye. We realized after we picked our theme that Rube Goldberg featured. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program. We need to free this endangered bird from its cage. Here's a fun but complex way to free it. We start by making the bird hungry for some lunch. Bird seed! We start our machine by... Ooh, sounds like you're the one going bye-bye. We start our machine by releasing bird seed, which weighs down a bowl, which hits dominoes, and those dominoes turn on the fan. Then the fan blows our friend Fred the Flamingo, and he pulls a chain fountain, which releases another bird that goes down a zip line and opens the bird box. These birds have had a rough day.
And this is how Birdie goes bye-bye, because simple is boring.
And yes, we did free the bird.
In a very bird-themed way, Team Birdie Go Bye-Bye starts their machine by dumping bird seed into a bucket. That's going to travel down a pipe into a counterweight where that needs to lift another bird off its nest. Unfortunately, it does look as though that seed does get caught in the pipe, so intervention number one. That drops down. There's a fan that needs to drop a Fred the Flamingo, as I'm told. Fred needed to drop down with a little help. Zipline needed to activate, and ultimately bird flies down, opening the air quotes bird box, and Team Birdie Go Bye-Bye does complete their first run with 3 interventions. Good number of mistakes to fix for the next run, but overall a really well-themed machine.
Why, hello everyone, we're the Sea Innovators. Yes, we are back. For over 10 years and counting, our company has always made sure that our customers have the most efficient service possible. No matter if you live in Coral Reef or anywhere else, we are always there.
Dude, we don't do that at all. We literally make Rube Goldberg machines.
What are Rube Goldberg machines? I'm new here.
Are you serious?
Oh, why do we have to do whatever this Rube Goldberg thing is when all you have to do is open a box?
Dude, you were there when we made it.
That was a Rube Goldberg machine. I always thought it was some sort of security system.
What does opening a box have to do with the security system?
To reveal something dangerous inside?
Hopefully nothing too dangerous, of course. Team Sea Innovation starts their machine with a fan. That fan needs to oscillate and pull a string connected to a car on the table. That activates a chain fountain effect. If it takes a couple times to get the fan started, so what? No interventions there. From there, that drops a ball into a cup. Does need one intervention to get it going. Cup lifts up, releases a wedge. Second intervention. Goes down, was supposed to hit the on switch on this balloon filler. And there's the finale where the box does open. And you know what? Slightly dangerous if that balloon did pop. So Team Sea Innovations does complete their first run with 3 interventions. End of run number 1 for the middle school division. Something interesting worth noting is that not a single middle school team had a perfect run. And that's all right. As team sizes get bigger, as the machines get bigger and more complex, we're going to see a lot more machines that have greater interventions and less times that they're perfect. The trick, though, is in the second run, have they solved their issues? Are they problem solving? Are they bringing that intervention count down? And are they ultimately going to get that perfect run? This time, though, let's talk to the teams and see what they did to solve their issues.
Got to note the amazing teamwork, the fact that you guys have a checklist. What do you think the solution is with that slinky?
I think that earlier the slinky was more evenly distributed on both sides, so it was harder for the truck to pull it down. But now it's a bit more leaning towards the front side, so now it should be easier for the tractor to pull it. Hopefully it works. We'll have to see.
Team Innovative Inventors, you may begin your second and final run whenever you are ready. So the volunteer has to pick up the phone, answers, which allows the zip line to go. Slinky does drop. Books drops down into the car. All right, now it's that long, slow step with all of that water, magic potion, right?
Yes.
Magic's potion has to then drain down into the bowl. Takes much faster that time. Zigzag down, drops down the hat, the sorting hat onto your head. Wheel drops down after the pyramid collapses. The mixer's winding up, and it seems as though if this box opens up, and Team Innovative Inventors with their 34-step machine does indeed get our first perfect run here for the middle school division. Problem solving, check. Everyday objects, check. Amazing transfers of energy, check. You guys know what you're doing. Congratulations, team. Team TTL, 6 interventions in the first run. Now, I watched them problem solve. They took a very long reset period, but I think they fixed a lot of their issues. They were doing a lot of testing. Let's see if they improve. But of course, it takes a little bit of time. There we go. Oh, come on, drag along. There it is. Excellent. And here we go. Off. So now starting into the ball run. Ball travels down. Ball gets, hopefully not stuck right away. It did get stuck. That's okay. Totally all right. Goes down. We're going into the Archimedes screw. Ball needs to travel up. I love when the elements go from the bottom up to the top. It's really creative. You're fighting gravity along the way. It did get stuck here last time. Second run, zip line effect. Zip line goes and ball's traveling around. That needs to cause the marble tracks to recreate themselves. Continuing the track along. Needs a little bit of help. It's all right. Ball continues. And actually, ball skipped a couple steps, which is okay. They skipped some steps, but the machine still keeps running. So marble's traveling along down the side. It's going to enter into the glass. So far, so good. Tetherball's going. Tetherball, we're into the finale already. Where the ball goes, books drop. And there you have it. With a few skipped steps in there, Team TTL has completed their second run with 3 interventions. They skipped a few steps in there, but ultimately their machine did better. So excellent job, guys. Well done. Team Tiny Bean Gang has reset their machine. One thing I absolutely want to note is that they were laughing, they were joking, and they were solving problems the whole time. They worked so well together. But do you feel like you fixed everything?
Yeah.
Mostly anyway, right?
Yeah.
Team Tiny Bean Gang, you may begin your second run whenever you are ready. And in this case, they open the book, which starts, it pulls a string that drops the pumpkin. Balls need to travel back and forth down the bookshelf. Bookshelf leads into the back, starting to lead back into that area. In order to get the machine restarted, it only counts as 1 intervention cause it to go. That needs to release Red Riding Hood's little basket into Aladdin. Flies up. A whole new world, right? Ball's going to pop up here, and oh, it's such a cool thing, but they mentioned earlier that they needed a stronger hairdryer in order to make it go. Totally all right, making that go. Ball travels down. Still same intervention. It's good. Finally, the box opens. Inside of it, it says, the end. You did complete your second run with 5 human interventions in this case. Still, that's an incredible effort for 2 days. Truly, you guys did an awesome job. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're back with Team MFS. Do you guys think that you fixed some of those problems?
Yeah. Yes.
Excellent. All right. Here's hoping, fingers crossed. Team MFS, you may begin your second run whenever you are ready. I love this first starting step whereby there's this crane that swings around. It needs to push that ball forward, which needed I was going to say, be careful when touching the machine, but go. Will it swing again? There you go. All right. Doesn't count as an intervention. Just be very careful when it does. One down. Ball needs to roll back and forth. Balloon needs to pop. Oh, no.
그냥 상상부터 해.
Balloon goes down.
상상부터 하라. 풍선 올려. 아니 그 시소하지 말고.
Marble's falling. Marble goes. Marble in the back and forth. This is one of the steps that I always enjoy. Ball continues going. The up and down step.
그런다니까. 야 이거 왜 누가 바꿔놨어?
Into pulley, and there we have it. But in that run, you happen to get 8 interventions all in all. Marbles and dominoes, they're some of the most unreliable steps. And I think you found that out in this particular run. It definitely shows that there's a lot of effort. I can see the artistic element to it. You guys should still definitely be very, very proud. Thank you very much, Team MFS.
Thank you.
Back with the Peepinators for their second run. Were you guys able to identify and fix the problem?
Yeah.
Brilliant. And I also saw that you guys did a little bit of a test run in there as well. Whenever you're ready, you may begin your second and final run. All right, so pulling the peep by the volunteer, choosing the right one, the yellow one, is what sets it off. Ball rolls down on the right side, continues down to the left. Ball's going down through the screw. Wonderful levers, all good usage of simple machines. Ball's traveling up the classic back and forth, up and down. Ball needs to drop into the pulley, but it did miss. We have one intervention. One intervention coming along to the finale where the hammer does hit the box, and Team Peepinators does complete their final task, their final run, with only one intervention once again, and notably a different intervention, which is totally okay. What did go wrong? I saw the ball drop down a little bit.
The cup wasn't aligned properly, so it missed the cup when it fell.
Well, this is brilliant. Thank you guys so very much. And we're back with the Golden Girls Next Gen. Can you guys tell me what the intervention was? What was the problem?
Yeah, so the duck was supposed to let go of a string so the baking soda could fall into the toilet, but the string didn't. The duck didn't fall in the right place, so it didn't set off the string.
How much effort probably went into this? How long were you guys working on this contraption?
What?
It shows. You clearly didn't just throw this together in a few hours or even a few days. Team Golden Girls Next Gen, whenever you're ready, you may begin your second run. I love the sign in the background. Whatever Blanche does in the bathroom stays in Blanche's bathroom. Yep, ball travels down. Ball has to hit the sign. We've got that. There's the chemical reaction right above where the toilet paper needed to break. Balloon goes up. Chemical reaction is taking effect where you can see it leaking down, bubbling in front of the toilet there. Love the fan, though. The fan being the one that actually pulled the string, which activates. That's really creative. Balloon pops. Might need the one intervention to pull that down. There it is. That's all right. Drops, and we do need that second intervention to solve the task. The Golden Girls Next Gen have completed their second run with 2 interventions, fixing their one problem that they had before, and ultimately just needing 2 for the second. You guys did an amazing job. You should be really proud of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing what else you come up with in the future. So thank you, Team Golden Girls Next Gen.
Thank you.
And we're back with Team Birdie Go Bye-Bye. What did you do differently?
When the seed got stuck in the tunnel, there was already some in there from when we did a trial run before. Flamingo was too heavy, so the fan didn't blow it all the way.
Sounds like you problem solved. You identified all the issues. Team Birdie Go Bye-Bye, you may complete your second run whenever you're ready. Starting the machine, she actually has to dump a bunch of seeds into the bucket to begin it. Underneath, there is a cork, a wedge, so to speak, whereby that allows this erosional step to begin. And if, Birdie Go Bye-Bye, you've got to start it with birdseed, of course. That birdseed's got to travel through the funnel, which as he pulls the cork, there it goes. Seed goes down into the bucket. Bucket then needs to counterweight, lifting up the bird on the other side. Go, go, go. Oh, the other bird's a little too heavy. It's been eating all the seeds. So we do need an intervention for that.
Should drop the domino. That still counts as the one intervention. Fan drops. Fred the Flamingo does go into the zip line. There's a chain fountain effect. Zip line drop down, drops the weight on that bird cage, and Team Birdie Go Bye-Bye has completed their second run with only one intervention. Awesome. Again, great job. Thank you so much. We're back with Team C Innovations. You feel like you actually solved the problems?
Yeah, we think we solved the most of the, if not all, most of them at least.
And you know what? Even if it's not perfect, we know that it's Rube Goldberg. Yeah. It's supposed to be wacky. It's supposed to be that little bit of chaotic. And of course, if it's not perfect, then who cares? Team C Innovations, you may begin your second and final run whenever you are ready. Now they start a fan, and it's actually the fan oscillating that has to turn, and it pulls a string. That string is pulling a car off the table, which activates a small little chain fountain. Fan is oscillating, pulls, car drops down. Chain fountain that releases the pulley. Pulley needs to drop down. So we do need one intervention in this case. Pulls down, should release it. Technically, if you lift the cup up. But Team C Innovations completed their second run with 3 interventions, and you guys should absolutely be proud of yourselves. Team C Innovations, thank you guys so very much. Excellent job.
Thank you.
That's the end of the middle school division, where we saw these teams put in all that effort trying to solve their issues. And you know what? We even saw a team have a perfect run. But the ones that didn't, who cares? They were problem solving, they reduced their number of interventions, and every single middle school team did an amazing job. Congratulations, everybody. Next up, we have the high school division, where these teams have put in weeks, if not months, not only into the chain reaction element, but also the artistic side of things as well, putting the A in STEAM. Now, these are contraptions that are going to blow your socks off. I don't want to talk any longer. I want you to check them out. Here is the high school division for the 2026 Rube Goldberg Machine Contest World Championship.
Hello, and welcome to Darling Delicacies, where we put the sweet treat into each STEM feed.
I see that you, the health inspectors, are here to make sure that our establishment is running smoothly.
Today is the first day that we will be doing a full run of how we like to run things here.
It may seem strange, but it is truly the best way to make our wonderful goods.
If you look over here, you can see that we have what we like to call our tiny friends.
We don't really know what they are. They just showed up when we started and asked to work for us, so of course we said yes.
We call them our tiny helpers. They are quite helpful, but pretty mischievous.
They're why our kitchen was built like this. We had to modify it so that they could help.
Now, the guy I showed you guys, his name is Jaquavius, I think. And he likes to add little surprises to our baked goods, so no treat is quite the same due to him.
Today, as part of our inspection, we figured we would make one of our favorite recipes, a baguette.
At the end, after the inspection, the bread will be done.
Jelly beans have to be dispensed. Really excellent way. That has to flip the spatula down, activates a surge protector, fan blows the boat across the sink, rolling pin then moves over to the sign. Sign's going to activate the laptop, which has to dial the cell phone. Cell phone should have vibrated down the slope, but didn't. We have a series of spices that need to knock over, continuing down to the egg carton over on the side. That releases the ball down through the little roller coaster section. Mixer has to activate, bread dough spins, that causes that string to wind, that opens their oven, or in this case their box, and Team Darling Delicacies does complete their task with 4 human interventions for run number 1.
Here comes the great king of the gods, Zeus!
Greetings, puny humans! Today, me and the other gods have come to tell you the story of Pandora.
After we, the 12 Olympian gods, defeated our parents, the Titans, we became the rulers of the universe. But we needed lesser creatures to populate the universe and to serve us, so we created life.
Yes, my brother Epimetheus and I, who's over there, and I, Prometheus, decided to help them despite being Titans because we're scared.
Yes, I helped create animals, and being in of all the special skills I could find to protect them.
Yeah, but he hikey forgot to leave me anything for humans, so I had to steal fire from the gods to help them, which is an analogy for human intelligence.
Yeah, and you could have used some intelligence before you went and stole my stuff. Obviously, I sentenced them to eternal torment after that.
And that's when he created me, Pandora, the first woman.
I made her to be as beautiful as I.
And I gave her wisdom and kindness.
And last but not least, I gave her a box filled with unspeakable horrors she must never open, and a burning sense of curiosity, because she was a punishment for the humans for even accepting the gift of fire.
And as we all know, Pandora opened the box and out came all misery and evil.
And now, the last thing in the box is hope.
So we hope you enjoy our rendition of the story.
This machine starts off by pressing a book, and that has to go through these 5 different sections that you can see pretty clearly. Ball's going to travel down from the top section down to this lower area. Ooh, trick shot right there. The ball needed to enter into the cup, but it does unfortunately miss. Now, there's so many steps in this particular contraption. There's 59 steps that this team built. A couple interventions needed in this module number 2. Brings us back up to the top where there is a fan that should blow a little boat across. Nice little time delay. Does take some time, but there it goes. From there should knock these statues. After the statues go, causes a car or ball to travel down to the front and 4th section. From there, hopefully it goes. Needs a little extra assistance. Traveling down into the 4th area, now the 5th. And ultimately, Pandora's box does open after 4 human interventions. And again, 59 steps in this incredible contraption.
Crown. Long ago, the Queen of the Ocean wore a magical crown. As long as she had it, the ocean stayed calm and full of life. One day, a sneaky pirate named Captain Rube stole the crown, sailed away on a ship called the Plankwalkers. Without the crown, the ocean grew rough, the skies darkened, and the fish began disappearing. A brave fisherman named Rube and a group of kids decided to find the crown. They followed clues across the sea. They reached a wild island with smoking volcanoes. Nearby, they spotted the pirate ship, the Plankwalkers. Playful monkeys helped guide them up the rocky paths towards the volcano. Inside the volcano, they found Captain Rube guarding the glowing crown. The monkeys distracted the pirates by pulling his hat and swinging him around. The kids grabbed the crown. They ran out of the cave as the volcano rumbled. They raced back to their boats with the monkeys cheering. They returned the crown to the queen. The ocean became calm again. The fish returned. Captain Rube learned that helping others is better than stealing treasure. The end.
Pirate map in a bottle is dropped down, flips the switch that activates the hairdryer into the plane. Sand needs to fall into the bucket. Ooh, but the plane does cause an intervention right from the get-go. Sand now filters into the bucket. As that drops down, the shark activates. From there, there's a little syringe step where the water transfers across. That's going to activate another switch in a second. From there, we now move into the main ship area. Monkey needed to drop, flip a switch, but it needs an intervention. From there, there's one of the singing bass fishes. I love this, where the ship wheel has to spin, release. That goes over to the other side where there is a little tether ball around what could be a palm tree there. Should flip the switch to turn on the sun and the solar panel. Sun has to release the coconut into the hammock below. That should have released the bucket, which spins around, knocking the sacrifice into the volcano. And after that, the pirate treasure chest does open up with 5 human interventions in order to solve their 35-step machine.
Welcome, dear guests, to a museum so grand, where art from all ages is gathered and planned. From Egypt to Rome, from Greece to today, each piece has a story, each part a display. But late in the night, when the lights have gone dim, a sneaky young burglar climbs in on a whim.
The Rube Goldberg burglar is hungry, but not for a snack. Tonight he wants jewels, and he won't be held back.
He flips on a switch in the Egyptian wing, and Ferris starts swinging, pulling a string. The vase drops its sand to the weight down below, and one tiny lever begins the whole show.
A missile takes flight, a balloon goes pop, a sword falls down, and a sphinx takes a hop. A launcher is freed, and a ball takes flight at incredible speed.
The Roman aqueduct gushes and pours, a statue falls over, the horse hits the floor. Then Sisyphus's boulder goes rolling along, and a snake slithers off where it doesn't belong.
A gladiator topples, a mousetrap goes snap, a beach ball climbs upward. The Mona Ruba falls on her lap. The man with the pitchfork comes crashing down. The great energy transfer falls without a sound.
As abstract art falls, the modern wing wakes. Apples and bananas roll as it takes. A pink ball goes flying. The cat takes a fall as the Rube Goldberg sign tips towards it all.
At last, the Rube Goldberg falls into place. His magnetized feet find the box's flat face. As he rises back up with his shiny new prize, the jewels now belong to the masked little guys.
And the heist is underway. That switch activates the Pharaoh to spin around. That spinning is bringing over that vase, and that has got the Rube Goldbergian ashes of the Pharaoh inside of it. That's going to spill down into the container below, which is thus going to then pop a balloon. Balloon then activates the rocket. Rocket goes forward. Ball's allowed to travel down. Ball enters the launcher. That's going to fire into the net. Net is going to flip a lever. That's going to allow the Roman aqueducts to fill. Water has to travel from the jug down to below. As it does, it's going to knock over the Roman gladiator. Trojan horse rolls along. Ball continues forward until that snake. Snake needs to drop down, but it needs one intervention to work for that sculpture to hit the target. Now we're into the museum artwork section where a lot of damage being done in this museum. Oh, I see our volunteer hitting in the background there. Ball's going to fire. That causes the statue to drop, and it looks like the heist is now underway. We did speed up this section because, well, it took quite a long time. But that right there is the Rube Goldbergler, which has a magnet on it, and as it drops down, the magnet connects with the metal plate. The motor continues spinning, now rewinding the string, now allows the box to lift off their jewels, and I do believe that with only one treasure lost along the way, i.e. intervention, the museum heist was quite successfully done by the Fieldston sophomore team.
Go.
This looks like a pretty nice house. We should rob it now.
No, you idiot. Not while the sun's still out. We'll come back around 9.
Oh no, robbers at my house? Tonight, I must protect myself with this contraption.
Quick, Marv, get down the door.
All right, Harry, I'm coming in.
Home Alone and Rube Goldberg, a perfect combination. Kicking down the door to start the machine. That releases the train over on the left-hand side. Train needs to go down. Early intervention here. Continues traveling down. Second intervention. What I really love about this, though, is that a lot of thought was put into this. A lot of the references to the movie. For great example, there's the paint can that's getting wound up and needs to swing and hit the element right below the shelves. Now, really cool thing from the shelves, well, that ball above it has to drop down, breaks the shelves. There's a hammer up top. Hammer spills a weight down, breaks a magnetic connection, and it does, in fact, open the box to drop a surprise on old Harry and Marv. And that thing is, of course, the tarantula. So Team The Wet Bandits has completed their first run with 4 interventions in a really great thematic machine.
Hi, we're Perpetual Motion at Qualia, and my day sucks.
My day sucks.
My day sucks.
My day sucks.
It is fine. What are we? Some kind of carnival squad?
What is this? Like a bad day at the carnival?
Probably.
Team Perpetual Commotion, living up to their name, where they actually just added this starting step, this water pump, mere minutes before starting this recording session. Good for them. Now that water needs to fill up one of these buckets. Those buckets are going to drop, activating the guillotine. That guillotine is going to drop down, should activate this little pneumatic actuator, but it flipped the wrong way. That's all right. From there, that's going to cause this little punching arm to punch forward, sends this little rocking ship back and forth. Rocking ship needs to knock the weight over the edge, and when it does, it causes the box to open. And there we have it. Team Perpetual Commotion completed their first run with 4 human interventions in a very chaotic way.
Barbie is everywhere. She's a symbol of possibility, the face of toys, and somehow still looks perfectly put together while doing it. And honestly, she's done about everything.
She's been an astronaut, a nurse, a princess, typical Barbie, and believe it or not, she's also been on vacation. Hi, Barbie.
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 Aloha, Barbie.
So, Barbie took one of her self-driving Cherry Corvette convertibles and drove through the valley. As she passed one of her construction sites, she said hi to many of her Ken boyfriends. Hi, Ken.
Hi, Barbie.
Her phone rang as she was driving down.
Yo, what's up, Barbie?
Hi, Ken.
Yo, I just opened a new jewelry store. Do you want to come check it out?
Sure, Ken.
Yes.
She did not want to see it. As she drove downtown, Barbie stared out the window and thought she needed something new, something fun, something thrilling, something completely out of character, something illegal. Then it hit her. Oh my gosh, I should rob Ken's jewelry store. And she put her car into sports mode. As she pulled up to Ken's jewels, she saw many security guard Kens. Hi, Ken.
Hi, Barbie.
When she entered the jewelry store, she slid on her black ski mask and began robbing the store. By the time she was done, she left it completely empty. She hopped in her, again, cherry pink convertible and drove off.
And the Barbie robbery begins. Car needs to knock a marble down into the funnel at the top left. Marble's going to travel down, knocking down those pink bricks at the front. That's going to cause a marble to go through that paddle wheel, activating that series of dominoes. From there, we have the ball traveling uphill again. What we saw a lot of in the middle school division, but a much bigger version here in the high school. Does get stuck here with one intervention to begin with. Ball needs to continue traveling around. That's going to knock into a series of dominoes. Eventually, that's going to activate a zip line here in a second. Zip line is going to release. There it is. Robbery is underway. Jewels are, believe, lifted up. And yes, the car has drove away with Barbie and the jewels in it. So, team A Simple Task 2 has completed their first run with 3 human interventions with a machine of 44 steps.
That's the end of run number 1 for the high school division. I told you, those machines are incredible. They're phenomenal. They're artistic. Clearly, the amount of time and dedication put into these things, and they still don't work. And that's okay. I say it over and over again. Rube Goldberg machines are not meant to work perfectly. The real trick always, of course, and especially at high school level, can they reduce their problems? Can they solve the number of issues that they had as we move into the second run?
Back with Team Darling Delicacies, whereby after a lengthy reset there, still within their time limits. Now, I have a question. Before ever running it for this, would you ever say that the machine worked perfectly? Did you ever get any perfect runs?
We had one perfect run, I think, before we modified stuff. So initially we had a step that was a chemical reaction that was in place of the computer, but that step only worked consistently like maybe 2 times.
Team Darling Delicacies, you may begin your second run whenever you're ready. And what I absolutely love about their machine is that they're using a gumball machine to start it. That's fantastic. Gumball's got to roll out. That's going to drop into that cup, the pulley, which does need a little help from the beginning. Book drops down, or excuse me, spoon drops down onto the book, starts a fan, blows the boat across the water into the sign. Sign's got to rotate. That's going down into the computer. Almost made it. Ball's got to drop down. Activates the computer. What the computer is doing is sending a little signal. Hopefully it sends a little signal. And that's going to then call one of the teammates' cell phones. That's got to then vibrate down the ramp. As it travels down the ramp, well, it's got to activate that little tripwire that we can see. Suspenseful, risky step. Causing that to go, so that's got to drop. Pours down. Continues along. Into the Newton's cradle. Goldberg machine's never perfect, that's all right. Continuing forward. Drops down, that releases the ball down the roller coaster into the mixer. Mixer's got to start. Once that mixer winds the string, that box is going to open. Needs an intervention right there. But in opening the box, there is the pastry inside, and Team Darling Delicacies does complete their second run with 6 human interventions this time. And of course, there is the pastry right there at the end. Team Darling Delicacies, thank you so much, and congratulations. Great job on all your hard work.
We're back with Team Mount Westminster. They're laughing. They're having a great time. How long did you guys spend working on your contraption?
We started in around November.
Whenever you're ready, team, you may begin your second and final run. Knock over the book, which sends us all the way down where, again, this team is trying to open Pandora's box. Ball travels down. The first section worked really well. Now, they did have a skip where it actually skipped a couple steps. It went into area 4 where you don't have to set off the final step just yet.
And our box opened!
And their box opened. You have completed your second run with only one intervention. What happened? Do you want to set off? Do you want to set off module 2 anyway? Do you just want to make it go? Do it. I mean, you spent all this time. There it is. Look at that. And see, module 2 wasn't the problem at all. Just get, yeah, there you go. At this point.
God of the skies.
And that's cool. I love that we actually did show that because it showed it worked. It genuinely, there was a lot of problems down there before, and you fixed them. Team, you did a phenomenal job for your first year. Congratulations. I hope to see you again next year. Well done. We're back with Team Plankwalkers. What adjustments have you made?
And then we just repositioned the light switch. We adjusted the light to make sure that it runs.
Looking forward to seeing the changes. Team Plankwalkers, you may begin your second run whenever you are ready. I had to do it. I'm so sorry. So starting the light switch caused the hairdryer to pop the balloon. Balloon does pop this time. Sand drops down. Sand enters the bucket into the octopus. That causes I believe it's the syringe candlestick to drop down. So far, so good. Improvements have been made. The monkey didn't drop. Go, monkey, go. All right, goes down into the singing bass fish. Love it. Amazing. That's going to cause the wheel to spin. Really, really visual step there in the beginning. The tether ball, this failed last time. We need that tether ball to hit the switch. Didn't. It's all right. So far, so good. Two interventions. That turns on the sun. That's going to be lighting up a solar panel. Does continue on. Drops down into the volcanic step. Third intervention. Spins round as it enters the volcano. The treasure chest does open, and Team Plankwalkers completes their second run with only 3 interventions this time. Truly, honestly, amazing job. You reduced your number of problems. That's what this is all about.
We're going to improve it even more.
Congratulations all around. Back to the Fieldston sophomores. 1 intervention in the first round. You think you solved it?
I think so.
All right. Fingers crossed. It's an amazing machine. We're hoping for that perfect run this second run. Whenever you're ready, go ahead, take off your final safeties, and you may begin run number 2.
We're going to hit the switch. Go start.
Excellent. All right. Flipping the machine starts the switch that causes the statue to rotate around. That's going to be moving the pot, which actually has to drop some sand down below. Sand is going to be filling in a bucket, lifts the rocket up. Ball's going to then drop into the catcher here in a moment. Ball then has to fire across into the net. So really risky steps in this contraption, but a lot of also energy transfers too. Ball goes to the top. That's releasing water. Water then is going to be traveling down to this jug, this container that has to lift up and eventually knock over a statue into the horse, which I'm trying to remember the name. The Trojan horse. There it is. I'm assuming it's the Trojan horse. There we go. Moving down, continuing on. This is right around the area where it failed last time, but it did work successfully. Hits the switch going up. Our volunteer's head is still intact. Painting lifts up. That's going to create an incline plane, allowing the image or the clock to roll down. Fires. Oh, really beautiful. So far, so good. I love the fact that it swings open. On the back, there is a motor where there's no PLCs, anything of the sort. It's just a motor that's unwinding, similar to a yo-yo. And that motor has to unwind, dropping the Rube burglar down until it reaches. There's a magnet that I can see on the bottom of the thief. He's going to grab the case. That's going to then lift the case up by the time that the motor string runs out. And the motor just keeps winding, but in fact, it's winding the string back up. So again, no PLCs, nothing that's causing the motor to reverse itself. It's just continuously spinning. But it does look like
that the Fieldston sophomores in their second run may have a perfect run. There it is, whereby they solved their issues. They came up with a phenomenal, creative, honestly amazing machines.
A lot of people haven't heard it. We kind of designed this after the Louvre heist, because once we started kind of the idea creation of it, that was right after the Louvre heist.
Sure.
And I mean, well, they got caught. They didn't ultimately get away. I'd say we did. And I think it's a great result, and we're really happy with it.
Phenomenal job. Well done, team. Thank you guys so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are back with the Wet Bandits for their run number 2. 4 interventions, the first run. What have you done differently since the last time?
I added a little bit more length to the paint can, and
That's all back. Move the ball right there.
yeah, move the ball further back.
Fingers crossed for your second run. I'm hopeful for you guys. Team Wet Bandits, you may begin your second run whenever you are ready. Starting their second run, such a brilliant way to start this machine, kicking down the door. Little better view this time where we can actually see this train continuing on. That's got to go up the staircase. There's the paint can. Paint can is getting pulled back. He said he extended the string on it. Did it work? Not quite. It was too long. Actually, it hit the ground. So it does need one intervention. Ball continues along. That's going to cause those shelves to break. Knocks over the weight into the bucket. Bucket breaks, and the box opens with one intervention. This time around, the team Wet Bandits does complete their final run with one intervention, bringing it down from 4. That is an excellent thing. Phenomenal machine. I love the artistry. You guys did an amazing job. You didn't just build this overnight. It's clearly a lot of thought, effort, planning went into this contraption.
It's a fun time, you know, even if you don't win.
It really is. There's a reason I've been doing Rube Goldberg my whole life, and I'm glad that you guys have enjoyed it as well. Thank you. Thank you guys so very much.
Thank you. It's been a great experience.
We're back with Team Perpetual Commotion. Hopefully they fixed their problems. Hopefully they work together as a team. What do you guys think? Do you think you solved all your problems?
No.
I love the humor. I love the fact of, you know what, did you at least try to solve any of the 3 issues that popped up?
Yes, we have. I believe we've solved all of them.
Fingers crossed. Team Perpetual Commotion, you may be in run number 2 whenever you are ready. Again, using that newly built water pump to activate. Seesaw does move there a little bit, but I'm not sure they use quite enough water there. That's going to require an intervention in order to cause that guillotine to activate. Guillotine's got to drop into the pneumatic actuator. Pneumatic actuator moved a little bit, but a little touch to make the mousetrap go. Hammer works really well this time. Pirate ship does break, unfortunately, for them. However, they do complete their second run by opening the box with 4 human interventions. Even though that the runs are done, everything of the sorts all concluded, they still want their machine to be as best as it can. Thank you so much, Team Perpetual Commotion. Excellent job. Back with Team A Simple Task 2. Where does that name come from?
We were entered late into regionals Rube Goldberg competition. We had originally had one team from our school, and they were called A Simple Task. And then we wanted to enter into the competition too. Our advisor, Mr. Craig, came up with the name A Simple Task 2, TOO, but we ended up winning the regionals competition anyway. So we kind of just stuck with our name because it was sort of like a lucky name for us.
Team A Simple Task 2, whenever you're ready, you may begin your second and final run.
Okay, thank you.
Of course, I made him come down from the ladder, and then he goes back up, and he is starting the machine all the way at the top. I love the use of gravity. That marble is traveling down through the funnel, is entering into the Barbie house at the front, knocks down, entering into the paddle wheel, continues along the side of the machine, domino chain, into one of the classic balls going traveling up and down a ramp. Car gets stuck, so we have one intervention. Continues along, moving along the back half of the wall. Domino chain does activate this time. Back up to the top half of the machine. Drops down, Barbie car lifts, and the box is open indeed. What was inside the box?
There was some jewelry. Like this jewelry.
Makes sense. The Barbie theme, after all. That name, it carried you through. You guys did an excellent job. Really happy seeing you guys again. Thank you guys so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What an incredible ending to run number 2 of the high school division. Each and every student should be incredibly proud of themselves. Whether they were perfect or most likely not, you could see the smiles, you could hear the laughter, you can see the amount of effort and the devotion each one of these students put into their contraptions, and we must say thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of this contest. And now, the final division, the adult division, where these teams have put in upwards of 8 to 9 months for each of their machines. There's going to be a lot of steps. There's going to be a lot of interventions, but we're going to see who comes out on top here at the 2026 Rube Goldberg Machine World Championship.
Welcome everyone to Love is Undead. This season we got something special viewers. That's right. This season special edition mysterious in dusky Transylvania. Fittingly, we have our widest cast of characters yet, from the mysterious to the flirtatious to the downright horrifying. All revolving around our special mystery guest this season and our secret host. Tune in to BRG TV to see some heart-stopping moments like these. The contestants are getting fed up with each other.
Like, I think that she has some problems. Like, she's definitely the type to only tip 15%. Low-key, I don't think she stands a chance. Like, I just hope that she doesn't hex anyone or anyone gets hurt before she gets kicked off.
What? Who said that about me? I just want to sell potions and make brews and collect specimens. So what?
The brightest minds can't stay away from their science.
Sorry for blaming you earlier.
Ugh, whatever.
Some contestants are teaming up for the big win.
So you're saying I just have to make him drink this and he'll fall in love with me?
Yes, exactly. Make them drink my potions. I put a little bit of NyQuil in this one.
Make sure to tune in to see more conflict, resolution, and most importantly, the immortal kind of love that we only see once a generation. This is Love is Undead.
Boilermaker Rube Goldberg team bringing us the Love is Undead contraption. They're going to start it off with that lever on the left-hand side, that dinosaur head. That's going to reveal their acronym, BRGT, and bring us straight into an elephant toothpaste reaction, right over there with the witch's hat. Now, it does, of course, need one intervention to start. Not a bad way. Now, one thing to note is that they had a secondary camera. Their footage turned out very, very blurry, hence why there is a person's head kind of in the way at this moment. But they have a lot of slow time delay steps as we have that unwinding element. In the back there is a hot iron that has to melt through a piece of glue. As it does, it's going to allow that wheel to spin forward into the gravestone dominoes. Nice slow time delay step there. Really visual. Into it, a hydraulic step. Using water is always a tricky thing, but then there is a little person it's a little weight that is not being blown by air, but it's actually being dragged. That boat's getting pulled across. It seems to get stuck, needing another intervention on that side. That's all right. Into it, I do believe we're about to see a very large step, one of the largest steps in the entire contest, whereby the entire back wall of their contraption starts to rise as one of the team members celebrates a bit too early as it gets stuck. I hear that there's a lot of fabric on that, so probably a lot of friction there. That TV needs to activate. TV is going to drop down. A special item, I do believe. There it is. Or no, the hand pops up. Traveling along. Should have activated a mousetrap, but it didn't. There's a slime step there in the back, and there's slime spaghetti over in the back left corner. The clock's going to be ticking and unwinding. That's going to cause that axe to hit that special surprise right there in the middle of the machine. And with a couple interventions to get it done. But of course, they have 80 steps in their contraption. 80 steps, all of which in order to get this final box to open, which if you haven't noticed already, is in fact a giant coffin with one of their team members inside. So team BRGT has completed their first run with 8 human interventions.
Did you guys see the news about the theft?
I know, who'd do such a thing?
I'm a computer sim. I hope it doesn't mess up with our competition date.
Yeah, and after all the hard work we put in. Speaking of, I just have that one last thing though.
Oh,
have you already ordered it?
I am ordering that now, actually. Order! I hope it gets here on time and nothing bad happens.
I feel like theft. It's like you're trying to jinx us. Let's just put on the final touches on our machine.
They're probably from IU.
Ah, the Purdue ASME Rube Goldberg thing. I'm gonna ship that right away.
It's always black this, gold that. It's time to paint things a little more red.
And so Box Bandit Bob's final job begins. Pressing a button on the iPad activates a solenoid. Solenoid's going to knock a little cylinder down, starting that upper left-hand quadrant of the machine. A couple of interventions to start. That balloon needed to pop. Car should have made that button, completing the circuit. That drops down into the gears. That should knock that cage down. Cage swinging activates the tetherball step. A lot of interventions, but again, when you're doing so many steps in a contraption, you're going to have a lot of problems. This machine, in fact, has 51 steps. 51 Purdue-themed amazing steps, if I'm quite honest. As a Boilermaker myself, I recognize all these incredible landmarks. Right there, there's a little race car that needs to activate. Statue's got to topple down. Into the drone, we're moving from the bottom section up to the upper right-hand section. Drone flies up. Now we're getting into what there is, looks like to be space-themed. Yes, there it is. Purdue is known as the cradle of astronauts. Very many famous astronauts come from Purdue University. Neil Armstrong, FYI there. So in it, this team has chosen a lot of, astronautical-themed elements, especially with the moon. From there, the space capsule has to go. That drops down. There's a crane up at the top. Purdue is always under construction, whereby there's that sign, Purdue expanding, and it expanded, dropping down a couple of boxes. That should have made what it looks like the Boilermaker Express to drop down. That's the Golden Girl swinging back and forth. I believe the Boilermaker Express is going to continue down, activating into the Purdue drum right there. That's the world's largest drum. Purdue's quite famous for that. After that little element, there goes the Express. Drum continues on. One of the hammers from Purdue, that continues into a Grand Prix car. That allows the hockey puck to roll forward, and it does look like we do return all the balls that Box Bandit Bob has stolen throughout. And so, Team Box Bandit Bob's final job has completed their first run with 17 interventions. Now that is quite a lot, but it does give the opportunity a good chance to problem solve as we go into the next round.
Hey, you excited for Jimothy's party later?
Hey, I am so excited. Did you get him a present?
Oh no, I completely forgot to get his cake.
Oh no. We have about 30 minutes.
There's a bakery right there.
Let's go.
How can I help you?
Hey, can I get a...
I need a cake.
Pardon me?
It's a cake emergency.
Can you give me a minute?
Give me that.
Barista drops the marbles down the coffee container. That should go down, hitting the little metal cart at the end. That would then allow that battery sitting there, or it should have, allow that battery to fall off. That toaster is holding up a possum, which travels down. Possum falls over, activating the wooden spoon and net. Tip sign appears, 30%. Ooh, too stiff for my blood. Now the teapot has to spill water down into that container, which activates the Lazy Susan. different elements happening down below, which goes back and forth, but eventually hits a switch, causing a drill to spin, winding a string, and do an incredibly visual, slow, dramatic reveal of what their menu is. That's got to travel down. Frog gets knocked out of his chair. Couple interventions over on the right side as we get into the finale of their 36-step machine. Now, this is, again, icing on the machine, a bakery themed, and their final task that they're revealing is indeed a cake. And so, Team Icing on the Machine has completed their first run with 6 human interventions. And eventually, yes, the cake does come out of the box. The big counter does count as their original box, so we don't give them that extra intervention at the end. Certainly an interesting run number 1 for the adult division this year. Some of the best decorated machines I've seen for the adults, but at the same time, a lot more interventions that I'm used to seeing. 8, 17, and 6. But the name of the game isn't perfection. Of course, it is lowering that number, problem solving, and seeing what they can do in their allotted 15 minutes. Let's check out how the teams fared in run number 2.
All right, back with the Boilermaker Rube Goldberg team for their second and final run. What have you done differently between this run and the previous run?
You'll notice that the mechanism was sticking a little bit before, so we added a little bit more weight to the buckets in the back. That should hopefully lift up the mechanism with more force, and then it should hopefully go all the way up the side.
Excellent. All right, Boilermaker Rube Goldberg team, you may begin your second and final run whenever you are ready. Starting it off by pulling the dinosaur handle. I love that part. The RGT, the sign went up better this time. Chemical reaction in there. I noticed that you guys had all 8 of the different energy transfers. That's got to spin around, knocks down. This was a nice, long, slow time delay effect before it went into that spinning wheel. Hopefully not killing you. There it goes. Excellent. All right. Go, go, go. Spins and hits into the gravestones. All right, this part didn't work last time. Hopefully it does, whereby that coffin needs to travel across the water. Go, go, go. And spun around. Excellent. So far, so good. Do you need your first intervention? All right, intervention number 1. Oh, but that went up so much smoother. Intervention 1. Technically, because you're still getting the contraption back to working, that is still only 1 intervention to get that box going up. Inside, the coffin opened up, and you did skip quite a bit of steps in that one. What happened there? Got that, which is causing the TV to go. Again, such a really well-themed machine, hiding the effects everywhere. I love it.
I'm touching the trigger of mousetrap.
Okay.
And then it skipped a couple more steps, and then it went right for the app.
Well, you know, in the positive news, Boilermaker Rube Goldberg team, you completed your second run with only 1 intervention before it actually made it to the finale. Awesome. Great job, guys. Really awesome machine. Great seeing you. Take care. And we're back with Team Box Bandit Bob's final job. Now, they've done a long reset. It looks like they've been solving a lot of problems. I saw most of the team members in there trying to fix the issues. There's quite a number in the first run. Do you think you got everything? You think you fixed everything?
I think that we definitely fixed some things. We're hoping that we're doing a little less interventions than before.
Whenever you're ready, Team Box Bandit Bob's final job. You may begin your second run whenever you're ready.
3, 2, 1.
With it, they use an iPad that starts a button that presses a... we have all the... there's a lot of action that happens on the left side of the contraption.
Yeah.
So far, though, a lot less interventions for the first section. Already down to the bottom, whereby a second intervention is needed to get that ball rolling down the inclined plane. Dropping down, that's going to go into the tetherball section momentarily. Another inclined plane gets stuck. Dropping down, that's got to swing, knocking over into the tetherball. Tetherball swings around. Race car's got to drive through. Mousetrap needs to activate. That's going to slingshot that rock. That's all right. Box goes. Plane rises. We're now into the upright. Still the same intervention. So when a team has an issue whereby the machine won't restart, you can touch it 100 times, but whenever the machine finally re-triggers, that's when we count that as the single 1 intervention. To expand the letters appearing was really, really cool. Drops down, needs to cause the Boilermaker Express. Always cool, the back and forth, the gliding effect. I see the Purdue drum, and then also that gray structure, for those unfamiliar, that's the Purdue Engineering Fountain. Boilermaker Express needs to drive forward. That causes the Purdue drum to go. Hammer drops, and it does look like Box Bandit Bob's does complete their second run with 12 interventions, a definite reduction from 17 in the first run. Well done, team.
I'm very proud of how everything turned out.
You absolutely should be very proud. That is an incredible contraption. It's an amazing theme.
I'm proud of what they were able to finish out what we started. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see.
It is. You guys truly did an awesome job. After an exciting reset period where they went down right to the wire, Team Icing on the Machine has completed in their time. I love that you didn't just ignore the problems. You actually sat there, you tried to solve them. And that's truly what Rube Goldberg's all about.
Hopefully it runs better this time.
Either way, it's still a phenomenal machine. Team Icing on the Machine, you may begin your second run whenever you are ready.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Volunteer starts the contraption by dumping the coffee marbles down the container. That should hit that middle cart, causing it to hit that battery. That's going to release that possum that's sitting there attached to the toaster. One intervention to start. Ooh, the possum does get stuck as well along the toaster. That knocks along that tip sign. Cannot believe 30% is still a thing these days. That should cause that sign to go. That's going to knock over that teapot here in a second. Teapot needs to spill the water into the container in order to allow the release of that spinning wheel. Now it does appear that it needed a little extra help on this one. That's got to have some water. There it goes. That's going to spin around. Lots of donut and, again, pastry items there happening in the background. Here comes that nice, slow step whereby there is the sign rotating in the background, their menu board lifting up in the front. Frog gets kicked out of his chair as the cake is about to be released. A couple more interventions here as we get into the finale. But hopefully that cake comes out all on its own this time. Let's see. Yes, and Team Icing on the Cake does complete their second run with 7 interventions this time around. Yeah. I think you guys did an awesome job. Is there anything else that your team wants to add?
Here, I'm very proud of everybody who's contributed to the machine. As you can see, this crazy multicolored contraption would not be possible without the wacky minds behind it.
But again, amazing job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And there you have it. 28 teams from around the globe across 4 divisions, all solving the same simple task of opening a box in the most absurd, the most wacky, the most insane, the most glorious way possible, building a Rube Goldberg machine. It's a fantastic contest, but we're not done yet. Oh no. Coming up next, we've got the history of the Rube Goldberg contest and its incredible ties to Purdue University. We're going to hear from Rube Goldberg's very own granddaughter, Jennifer George, and I'm going to be announcing the 2027 task for next year, so you can get a head start in it. And that's in addition to the fact that we're announcing the winners tonight. And here at the Rube Goldberg Institute, it's not just first, second, and third. No. We've got the specialty awards as well. We're talking best final step, best starting step, the most ridiculous, and of course, who earned the Rube Spirit Award. All that is coming up shortly, so you better stay tuned. Purdue University, consistently ranked one of the top 10 public universities in the United States, known as the cradle of astronauts, home of 13 Nobel Prize laureates, and, a little fun fact, the home and birthplace of the Rube Goldberg Machine Contest. In 1949, inspired by Rube Goldberg's weekly cartoons, two Purdue engineering fraternities decided to have a friendly competition to decide who could build the wackiest, most pointless inventions. That being said, they wanted to be exactly like Rube, and so they used nothing but everyday objects lying around to build their contraptions. Fast forward to 1988, Theta Tau fraternity decided to open the contest to allow other universities to participate. And thus, the Rube Goldberg Machine Contest was born. That very first annual task, putting toothpaste on a toothbrush. The high school division was added in 1996, which drastically increased the contest popularity. Now, to meet that growing demand, regional events were established all across the nation at various college campuses. However, the nationals event, well, that's always taken place right here at the Purdue Armory. In 2003, Honda Cog's viral commercial rapidly propelled Rube Goldberg's popularity into a cultural phenomenon, transforming the annual contest into what media now refers to it as the Engineering Olympics of America. Over its nearly 40-year history, the RGMC has impacted countless students interested in creative problem solving, myself included. In fact, I was a competitor for 8 years, having earned a national championship title and several Guinness World Records along the way, all from one day accidentally stumbling upon the RGMC airing on the Game Show Network. I immediately enrolled at Purdue University, found, joined, and eventually captained the very team I saw on TV. The same team in whose workshop we're standing in today, still carrying on that legacy. Having personally experienced the wonder behind this magical, whimsical contest, I'm living proof of your teacher's relentless reminders that it's okay to fail. I'd even go as far as to say that failure is the key to success. Anyone who's ever built a Rube Goldberg machine before knows that perfection isn't possible, and that's kind of the point in doing this. While success gives us a reason to celebrate, failure gives us a reason to learn. Now, more than ever, during our rapid technological growth, students need this hands-on problem-solving experience that remains untouched by AI. As the now global contest director, I've expanded accessibility across all ages, now welcoming the elementary and middle school divisions as of 2024. And in just 3 years' time, we now have tens of thousands of students across 12 different countries participating in our contest. And it's all thanks to Purdue University for creating pathways of success for our young students. As a global leader in annual patent production, the #1 public institution for graduating Fortune 500 CEOs, and now titled America's safest and best managed college, Purdue University's unwavering commitment to the Rube Goldberg Machine Contest now extends to the Purdue Indianapolis campus for 2027 and beyond, continuing this excellence of problem-based learning for students that has the power to change people's lives. Change mine, after all. As the Purdue fight song goes, ever faithful, ever true, thus we raise our song anew, boiler up. All the days we've rubed with you, all hail our own Purdue. To learn more about joining the contest or supporting the RGMC, visit rubegoldberg.org.
Hi, I'm Chris Bishop with Purdue University Conferences and Event Design, and I am here with David Umulus, Senior Vice Provost for Indianapolis. David, great to have you.
Thank you, Chris. Happy to be here.
Great. So we're here talking about Rube Goldberg and the partnership with Purdue University, specifically in Indianapolis. Were you a builder growing up?
I did the Rube Goldberg competition at the regional and even the state competitions, and just learned a lot through that process of design, of thinking about complexity and simplicity, and it was really formative in a way to think about things creatively.
It's great. So you are the Senior Vice Provost for Indianapolis.
That's right.
Tell me a little bit about your role and what you do for Purdue University.
In my role, I work to set up the programs, support the university across all fronts, from academic student success to career relations, and getting students those experiences.
That's great. I couldn't be more excited about what not just you, but your entire team and everybody in Indianapolis is building. It's just going to be fantastic. So I want to shift the conversation a little bit to Rube Goldberg. So the Rube Goldberg Machine Contest focuses on creating problem-based learning opportunities for students, particularly experiencing perseverance in the face of repeated trial and error situations. From your perspective, why is this experience increasingly important in preparing students for the future?
Development and advancement always comes from taking calculated risks to try something new and then learning from those experiences when the great idea doesn't work. I know that great companies like Eli Lilly celebrate risk-taking. Even if the idea is great but doesn't quite work out, you still learn from it, and then you could advance to the next technology. This is a critical part of growing up. This is a critical part of learning how to be persistent, about how to have success after failure. And I also find that having run a research lab for many, many years, everybody starts trying to be perfect, but nobody is. And so you need that first failure and then recovery from failure to really grow and to be able to mature in those endeavors and taking risks and then improving design. So that's a really good life skill.
Absolutely.
You know, I would be willing to make you a bet. I don't think anybody ever designed a Rube Goldberg machine, did all the steps from the very beginning, pushed go, and everything worked exactly as planned. I'd be willing, in all of history, I'd be willing to make that bet. And so, you know, I think that there's something about the theory, the ideas, the chemical reactions that produce a vapor expansion to move something along the trajectory or a heating element or something in the design where it's not going to work exactly according to your predictions or equations. And you're going to learn from that. You're going to make tweaks, you're going to improve it, then you're going to test it over and over. Very important process. But I've also seen many of these Rube Goldberg, competitions before recently. And the creativity and ingenuity and the ideas that I see out there are just awe-inspiring. There's machines I've seen that will do a full 360 rotation and go from one framework to another in the event of the process. And this, I'm always inspired by the creative thoughts that go into these. And I love to see the pride in the students when their machine is going through the process. I also love seeing the pride in the students when they encounter some problem, but they are able to get after it and fix it, during the competitions or during the events.
You had mentioned, this may be a good way for students to learn from other students. How might Purdue students and faculty play an active role in building, and not just building, but improving the future experience of this Rube Goldberg World Championship?
Yeah, and I talked about this with several on the team. Guess what? I'm not the only one who did Rube Goldberg machines in the past. This is something that is shared. And so there's just a lot of excitement. It brings together multiple disciplines. We're very good at doing that in Indianapolis. You can have the mechanical engineering disciplines and then the more chemistry-based ones and electrical, engineering as well. Even the bio, there's probably ways to work in, fast fermentation reactions or something into these devices. And it's that interface between the disciplines where you often see innovation, where you often see the boldest ideas. And, the Rube Goldberg is another mechanism that requires that by design of thinking about, blending the different physics processes into one device to do something. So there's just a lot of enthusiasm. Plus, everybody likes to nerd out and just watch these devices work. It's just a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I'm going to ask you to forecast here a little bit. In the next 5 years, where would you like to see this partnership between Purdue University and Rube Goldberg?
Indianapolis is a major hub for robotics competitions. World Food Championships is there. All the athletic competitions, and now we can really make a way that this becomes a center point for Rube Goldberg nationally. And it's congruent with our mission of advancing experiential learning, of technology, and also of interdisciplinarity. And so I think the partnership can reinforce each other in ways that supports just a lot of interest in what we're doing in Indianapolis, get students interested in motorsports or mechanical or BME or construction management, themed entertainment, any of these disciplines. And learn about it in steps as they come to these competitions. I think as we continue to build out our facilities and footprints, you're going to see just a lot more thriving opportunities for families also to come along for these to experience Indianapolis and experience what Purdue has to offer.
It's great. Well, David, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, and I know I'll speak for our department. I'm really looking forward to working with you and your team in Indianapolis to really build out this World Championship and to make it a beacon for Purdue University.
I'll be there. Looking
Great.
forward to it.
Thank you, David. Thank you, everybody, and we look forward to seeing you next spring at the Rube Goldberg World Championships. Take care.
Picture this, your kids gathered around the kitchen table, their eyes sparkling with excitement. They're not glued to a tablet, and they're not fighting over the remote. Instead, they're having an absolute blast building a Rube Goldberg machine. Introducing the first ever officially certified Rube Goldberg build kit, made by me. I've packed 3 decades of my passion for building contraptions into this one incredible box, so that your family can build, bond, and dream together. Construct machines that solve simple tasks in amazing ways, all while learning STEM skills in the best way possible. Did I mention that the box includes all the tools and materials you need to complete the 25 machine designs found in Rube Goldberg's Big Book of Building, or create your own design? There's countless combinations possible, limited only by imagination. Unleash your creativity, make memories, and who knows? You I'm Zach from Zach's Contraptions, coming to you live from Purdue University here in the Purdue Brand Studio Productions television studio. Hopefully, everything you've witnessed tonight demonstrates the extreme value of what participating in this contest has to offer. Whether it be through this contest, my STEM education efforts, or the incredible builds I'm privileged to have created, there's a reason I've dedicated a majority of my life towards anything and everything Rube Goldberg related. And simply put, it's magical. To this day, there's no greater feeling than experiencing your contraption's very first successful run. Even if it is just a pile of junk, it's your pile of junk. And all of the teams watching out there, you know exactly that feeling I'm talking about. And if you're out there watching but never participated yourself, well, then it's just one of those things you've got to experience, even if you are an adult. To which there's no better way than by joining the Rube Goldberg Machine Contest. Before we kick off the award ceremony, I do want to bring in an extra special guest to say a few lovely words. Let's hear from Rube Goldberg's very own granddaughter, Jennifer George.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being part of our 2026 contest to open a box. We had boxes of all kinds. We had caskets. We had ring boxes and jewelry boxes. We had mail boxes. We even got Pandora's box in the mix. So you guys hit it out of the park with incredible creativity and artistry. So you really, you got the memo. We had teams from all around the world. Thank you for joining the Rubiverse. I have to thank our incredible sponsors. Without them, we would not be here beaming into you. Wonderland Korea, Purdue University, Zach's Contraptions, and Zach himself, who leads the charge here. Rube Goldberg Institute, the Rube Goldberg Institute that we run, and my team, who are all extraordinary. And to the many donors out there who support us individually in the work we do in STEM and art education. So we can't wait to see what you do for next year. I know what the task is. You're going to find out very soon. So we'll see you again. I look forward to that.
Now make sure you stick around until the end of the live stream, as I'll be revealing the 2027 annual task in just a little bit. While you're waiting, throw out some guesses in the chat as to what you think the task might be. Right. Is everyone ready? It's time to begin the 2027 Rube Goldberg Machine Contest World Championship Award Ceremony. Let's begin by announcing our specialty awards. The teams competing today have put in an incredible amount of effort into every aspect of their submissions, and as such, it's a vital way to recognize and celebrate each of these special achievements. Starting off, we have the Best Presentation Award. This is awarded to a team who wowed the judges' socks off with their energetic, enthusiastic, exuberant, and effervescent pre-machine run presentation. For the elementary division, the Quirky Pirates.
Pirates, come here. Let's go on an adventure to find the presents. Let me introduce the crew. Doma! Timon! Oh yeah!
For the middle school division, Golden Girls Next Gen.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again.
For the high school division, A Simple Task 2.
A princess, typical Barbie, and believe it or not, she's also been on vacation. Hi Barbie! 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 Hi Barbie!
And for the adult division, Box Bandit Bob's Final Job. Next up, the Best Dressed Award. This is awarded to a team whose dapper, elegant, extravagant, or downright peculiar costumes elevated their presentation above all others. For the elementary division, the Peekaboo Gogglers.
One night after a pajama party, we felt fast asleep, but suddenly a turtle woke us up. Please come and celebrate the deep sea.
For the middle school division, Golden Girls Next Gen.
Ladies, you wouldn't believe what happened.
For the high school division, Mount Westminster.
Here comes the great king of the gods, Zeus.
Hoorah! Greetings, puny humans. Today, me and the other gods have come to tell you the story of Pandora.
And the adult division, the Boilermaker Rube Goldberg team.
Special for you viewers at home. That's right, this season we're filming a special edition on location in dusky Transylvania. Fittingly, we have our whitest cast of characters yet, from the mysterious to the flirtatious.
Up next, we have the Best Starting Step Award. This is awarded to a team whose first step in their chain reaction was performed in the most unique and/or creative manner. For the elementary division, Team Land, Sea, and Sky.
Team Land, Sea, and Sky, you may begin run number 1 whenever you're ready. All right, Land, would you take your position? Sea and Sky, can you hop out of the way? Brilliant. With it, Team Land, Sea, and Sky, you may begin your second run whenever you are ready. So it looks as though the volunteer sits in a whirlpool. That's got to pull a string, opens the binder, allowing the shark.
For the middle school division, Team TTL.
The dawn of civilization and finding energy, lightning and light ones scared us because we didn't know where they come from.
For the high school division, the Wet Bandits.
All right, Harry, I'm coming in.
And for the adult division, the Boilermaker Rube Goldberg team.
Start us off.
All right, let's do it. All right, the BRGT letters get pulled up. We'll push down the beaker.
The Artistry Award. This is awarded to a team whose machine was either the most eye-catching, best decorated, or their theme was clearly distinguishable. For the elementary division, Team Rolling Science. For the middle school division, the Peepinators. For the high school division, we have the Plank Walkers. And for the adult division, Team Icing on the Machine. Moving right along, we've got the Best Use of Everyday Objects Award. This is awarded to a team whose superb rummaging skills helped create a homemade contraption that Rube himself would have been proud of. For the elementary division, the Wildcat Zoologists. For the middle school division, Team C Innovations. For the high school division, the Darling Delicacies.
Is that they're using a gumball machine to start it. That's fantastic. Gumball's got to roll out. That's going to drop into that cup, the pulley, which does need a little help from the beginning. But...
And for the adult division, Team Icing on the Machine. The Best Teamwork Award. This is awarded to a team whose every member displayed hard work, cooperation, determination, and dedication throughout the entire contest. For the elementary division, the Tiny Tinkerers.
Our Avengers, stand down! Yeah, here we go!
For the middle school division, the Tiny Bean Gang.
We hope you enjoyed the adventure as much as we enjoyed building it. And now,
once upon a time,
the machine begins.
Sorry, Kate. Oh, sorry.
For the high school division, Mount Westminster.
Say that everyone really enjoyed their time working on this machine. We worked together a lot, and it was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears together. We ate Chipotle together, so...
And for the adult division, Box Bandit Bob's final job.
For this machine, we split our leadership throughout the semester, and we were able to get our previous leader for the fall semester to come back, even though he graduated.
I left it in pretty good hands, and I'm proud of what they were able to finish out what we started. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well done, teams. The Most Ridiculous Award. This is awarded to a team whose contraption lived up to the wacky, absurd, ludicrous, outlandish, unnecessary, wild nature of Rube Goldberg machines. Try saying that 3 times fast. For the elementary division, Team Park in the Dark.
Welcome to the Park of the Dark.
In the middle school division, we have Team Birdie Go Bye-Bye.
We start our machine by... We start... Ooh, sounds like you're the one going bye-bye.
And this is how Birdie goes bye-bye, because simple is boring.
And yes, we did free the bird.
For the high school division, Team Fieldston Sophomores, The Museum Heist. And for the adult division, Team Icing on the Machine.
Hey, you excited for Jimothy's party later?
Hey, I am so excited. Did you get him a present?
Oh no, I completely forgot to get his cake.
Oh no. We have about 30 minutes.
There's a bakery right there.
The Best Final Step Award. This is awarded to a team whose machine solved the annual task in the most unique and/or creative manner. For the elementary division, Team BRT. For the middle school division, Team Innovative Inventors.
Amazing. It's so hard for me to be super quiet with these contraptions.
Yes.
But with it...
For the high school division, we have Fieldston Sophomores, the Museum Heist.
And there we have it, whereby the Fieldston Sophomores, the Museum Heist, has certainly opened their box and completed their first run with only one intervention.
And for the adult division, the Boilermaker Rube Goldberg team.
Causes the act.
The next award, the Perseverance Award. This is awarded to a team whose machine may not have worked perfectly, but the team never gave up and they tried to solve their problems as they arose. For the elementary division, LVCM's Steam Squad Jr. For the middle school division, the Miners from Southernmost.
Now, I'll also notice that having seen this at the regional event, did you change things between regionals and now?
Yeah, basically the whole thing. Yeah.
The whole thing. So this is an example of a team where I looked at their machine now, and from the regionals, the whole machine changed. And what I remember from their event was they had stacked all these boxes up and up and up. So this machine looks almost completely brand new to me. So this should be exciting.
For the high school division, Team Perpetual Commotion.
Yes. It hit it, but we need another intervention.
No, that's okay, because technically, in order to get the machine to restart itself. All right, now there's the second one. All right.
Another intervention. Oscar.
You're at 3. That's all right.
Knock it down.
Yep, so just cause the next one to go.
And we've opened the box.
And there we have it. Team.
And for the adult division, Box Bandit Bob's final job.
Now needs to cause the Boilermaker Express. Always cool, the back and forth, the gliding effect. I see the Purdue drum, and then also that gray structure, for those unfamiliar, that's the Purdue Engineering Fountain. Unveils the box. We're getting into the final box, and this time the box did open on its own.
And our last specialty award, the Rube Goldberg Spirit Award. This is awarded to a team that took the annual simple task and made it truly complicated using everyday objects in the most ridiculous way possible. For the elementary division, we have Team Thinkers.
Keep trying and trying and trying and...
For the middle school division, the Innovative Inventors. For the high school division, the Plank Walkers.
So starting the light switch causes the hairdryer to pop the balloon. Balloon does pop this time. Sand drops down. Sand enters the bucket into the octopus. That causes the, I believe it's the syringe candlestick to drop down. Go, monkey, go. All right.
And for the adult division, Team Icing on the Machine.
Here, I'm very proud of everybody who's contributed to the machine. As you can see, this crazy multicolored contraption would not be possible without the wacky minds behind it. And I'm glad that it's working mostly. If we had done this maybe 2 months ago, we'd be in a completely different position. But yeah, I am very proud on behalf of everybody here.
Again, I want to offer my congratulations and praise to everyone. Truly some outstanding entries this season. Before we get into the placement awards, we are going to take a quick commercial break, but we're going to be right back to announce who our grand champions are, our world champions of the 2027 Rube Goldberg Machine Contest. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Rube Goldberg.
Rube Goldberg.
Rube Goldberg.
Rube Goldberg.
Rube Goldberg.
Rube Goldberg. Rube Goldberg. Rube Goldberg.
Rube Goldberg.
I made a Rube Goldberg machine.
A Rube Goldberg machine, it's an intentionally delightful waste of time and energy.
Here's a typical example of what I mean. How does this work? It's very simple.
Wait, is that a Rube Goldberg machine? Who built it?
Me. I'm raising my hand, but I'm upside down, so just look out.
The internet, and YouTube in particular, has given a whole new life to Rube Goldberg.
It's a goodly, dazzling, glorious sight to behold.
Oh, and there it goes.
Yes, sir. Long, long after you and I have departed from this earthly scene, this machine of mine will be working on and on and on and on.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. I have the distinct privilege to announce our world champion teams tonight. And in fact, we even have those teams with us here live, joining us from around the world. Starting with the adult division, our three finalists are the defending world champions, the Boilermaker Rube Goldberg team. A team whose name causes a tongue twister with every read. Team Box Bandit Bob's final job. And one of our sweetest teams in the entire contest, Team Icing on the Machine. Thank you for joining us, everyone. 9 months of effort was dedicated from each of your teams, which is wildly impressive without even having to mention the fact that all of you are simultaneously college students, just trying to survive your studies. So again, congratulations to all of you, regardless of the final placement. But here we go. In third place, we have Team Box Bandit Bob's final job. Congratulations, guys. I absolutely loved your machine with the fact that it was all Purdue themed. I'm a Boilermaker myself, as we've well learned. But hey, again, third place is still nothing to shirk at. In second place, we have Team Icing on the Machine. And I gotta say, with a few less interventions in your second run, actually would have done the trick because it was a very close second at that. So congratulations, Team Icing on the Machine. Well done. And of course, retaining their title as the Adult Division World Champions, it's the Boilermaker Rube Goldberg team. Congratulations. Congratulations. How are you feeling?
Feels really nice. It's been a long time coming. Obviously, we took many, couple thousand of hours to get there. I'm really proud of our team. I'm really proud of how far we've come. I'm really happy with our final machine. And
80 steps, 2,000 man hours from what I recall. That is, it's a tremendous effort, guys. So it's really well deserved. Again, one of our largest steps in the entire contraption. Trying to get that back wall to move is no easy feat.
Oh, yeah, it was rough. It was exactly as difficult as you think it might be, plus a couple extra levels on top of that. It was a lot of effort, but hey, we got it done. I'm super proud of what we got done. I think the machine looks great. And I'm just really happy to be here, on the podium anyways, whether we got first or not, but I'm super happy.
It is well deserved. Thank you, Boilermaker Rube Goldberg team. Moving forward, we have the high school division. Our three finalist teams are A newcomer school to our contest who instantly wowed each of our judges. It's Team Westminster. Now the now fabulously rich Fieldston sophomores after successfully pulling off their museum heist. And a team whose name may indicate what trouble I'll be in pending the final results. It's the Plank Walkers. Thank you for joining us, teams. Now, High School Division is one of my favorite divisions to watch due to the unique level of artistic flair incorporated into each of your contraptions. So, truly well done to all of you. But now, it's time for the final results. In third place, it's Team Mount Westminster. Great job, guys. Really love that machine. Again, it was a theme that I thought a lot of people would pick. I thought a lot of people would do opening Pandora's box, and quite honestly, you again were the only team to do it in the entire contest, so well done. In second place, we have the Plank Walkers. Again, an amazingly themed machine. If I wasn't going to pick Pandora's box, I would have personally picked a pirate theme myself. So it's an incredibly well done machine. You guys should be incredibly proud. But of course, it seems they stole the show as well as the High School Division World Champions. It is the Fieldston sophomores with the Museum Heist machine. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
Great. It's really exciting. A lot of hard work paid off, and I'm really proud of our team.
Were you expecting it, considering that you were up against the juniors and seniors who quite famously have won the contest before numerous times, and you beat them in the nationals?
Yeah, it was kind of intense to be against the older kids at our school, but it was really exciting to win regionals and get to be here. So
you guys did an excellent job for your first year. Large, very visible steps. And hey, you problem solved and you made it work. So congratulations, Fieldston sophomores.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with in the future years as well, I might add.
Yes, we'll be back.
Yay. All right, moving right along, the middle school division. With our three finalists being, we've got Team Golden Girls Next Gen, whereby what happened in the bathroom clearly did not stay there. Welcome, team. The Peepinators. If it wasn't the Tiny Bean Gang, I think you guys are my favorite name team in the whole contest. So excellent job. And again, amazing machine base. And a team that put a spell on all of us, the innovative inventors. Welcome, wizards and witches. I guess it's just witches in your case, but thank you for joining us, teams. Our judges were extra impressed with your machines, especially when it came to visibility and being able to see your full chain reaction sequence from start to finish. So, excellent job to all of you. And now, the awards. In third place, it's the Peepinators. Congratulations, team. Well done. Like I said, amazing machine base. The fact that you guys listened to my advice, not only at regionals, but also at nationals and made it all the way to worlds in your first year, so it's truly well deserved. In second place, we have Team Golden Girls Next Gen. Congratulations, you guys are just one of the best dressed teams. I love your theme. I love the fact that middle schoolers came up with a Golden Girls theme. We were talking about it in the studio, trying to figure out who was who. It is truly a phenomenal machine with all of the energy transfers. You guys should be very proud. And our middle school division Rube Goldberg World Champions, Team Innovative Inventors. Congratulations, team.
Thank you so much. The experience was really, really fun.
I'm so glad to hear it. And you guys just, you wowed us from start to finish. Again, when you started playing the musical instrument, both at nationals and in the live stream, it just blows away. It truly was. But also the machine, just how creative it was. You pointed out to me during the live stream event, the chessboard, which was just a really intricate high-level machine step. So again, congratulations, guys. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to add?
So much.
I talked for you there because I was so impressed.
There's really nothing much to say. I'm thankful for this experience. All of us really had a lot of fun during the entire Rube Goldberg process. We really enjoyed it. We hope to join again next year.
We hope to see you back next year. We hope to see everybody back, of course. But again, it's so nice. It's wonderful seeing new faces, but it's also wonderful seeing the old ones as well. So thank you, middle school division winners, the Innovative Inventors. But last and absolutely not least, we have the elementary school division. Our three finalists this year are an intrepid trio of adventuring heroes. It's Team BRT. Up next, the chaotic carnival contraption creators, Team Park in the Dark. And the tiniest, most adorable astronauts ever, it's Team Thinkers. Thank you for joining us, teams. I gotta say, this year particularly, we saw some incredibly high final scores come out of the elementary division, which I think personally, this is due to your amazing usage of everyday objects and staying true to Rube's original cartoons. It was a wonderful job by each and every one of you. But of course, we have our 3 places and we have only one grand prize winner. And so in 3rd place, it's Team Park in the Dark. Congratulations, team. An amazing contraption. I think you guys had one of my favorite steps with that fan where it was blowing the cups around. I thought that was really super creative. That's something that I don't see often in elementary division, let alone in higher levels. So great job. In 2nd place, it's Team Thinkers, whereby this young trio, I mean, they wowed me for the fact that they built their machine in their house. The change was so dramatic from regionals now into the world event, and I really loved your machine. I love the fact that we could see every element behind it, and it's clear you guys put in a ton of time and effort. And of course, that leaves us with our 2027 Elementary School Division Rube Goldberg Machine Contest World Champions, and that is Team BRT. Congratulations, guys.
On. Okay.
Now, I do have one question for you guys. What does BRT stand for? Can you tell us?
Best Rube Goldberg team.
The best Rube Goldberg team. Hopefully in a couple of years, you guys might be the Boilermaker Rube team, right? Just change out that B. What do you think? I guess? Come on. Boiler up. No, you guys did a phenomenal job. It was wonderful to see you at all levels. I got to see you at regionals, nationals, and now here at Worlds. And I think that's something that's really impressive and noteworthy for the folks is that you guys went to nationals in Los Angeles, whereby you packed up your machine from Los Angeles, brought it back to where you live in South Korea, ran it pretty much the next day, and again, you had the 2 perfect runs.
Wow.
It is incredible. It's unreal. Yeah, again, hats off to you guys, or I guess hats on for you. So, anything you guys want to say? How do you feel?
We're going to do it next year.
You're going to do it again next year? Ooh.
Yes. Yeah.
Ooh. The question is, how are you going to top yourselves?
We need to think.
Well, there is plenty of time to think about it. Congratulations to all of our placing teams. Congratulations to every team that was a part of our contest. But there is still one last thing we've got to take care of. I'm going to reveal next year's official task right after a super quick commercial break, so stay tuned. What an incredible season 2026 turned out to be. And as we wrap things up, now that the champions have all been announced, it's time to begin looking forward as the 39th annual Rube Goldberg Machine Contest gets underway. This year, some exciting changes are coming to the 2027 World Championship event. And if you want to stay in the loop, be sure to register your teams early at rubegoldberg.org, right over there. And make sure you subscribe to Zach's Contraptions here on YouTube. That lovely red button right there below me, as I'll be providing walkthroughs and additional information here on my channel all throughout the year. Plus, help show your support of the 2027 Rube Goldberg Machine Contest by, again, visiting rubegoldberg.org and donating. We're a nonprofit organization, so any donations of volunteering your time, your money, or supplies and materials are extremely necessary towards operating this contest annually. And, well, all right, good thing we're no strangers to problem solving here. Let's see what I can do about this. There we go. What do you say? 3, 2, 1. And there you have it. That's right. The official task for 2027 is flip a switch. Now, for more information on what constitutes a switch and what will be considered the task being solved, Be sure to register your team at rubegoldberg.org, as only registered teams will receive the full rulebook, which includes all the tips, tricks, and answers to help succeed in 2027. Again, my sincerest thanks to Wonderland Korea, especially Johan Lee, our International Contest Director, Purdue University and David Umulis for joining us earlier, Chris Bishop and the Purdue Conferences team, Jason Doty and the Purdue Brand Studio Productions team, Jen, Deb, Kristen, Jeff, and the other members of the Rube Goldberg Institute, and all of our regional and national contest hosts across the world for supporting this time-honored event. Again, I'm Zach with Zach's Contraptions, and I'll see you all in 2027.